Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yingling brings both. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DT Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Marquette Bank has been helping small business owners for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you have a partner for your business. Whether you need a small business loan, help with cash management, or help with your personal banking, Marquette Bank is here to support your business. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we understand it's not just our next-door neighbors who inspire us every day. It's our neighbors across the country, across all communities. And while Blue Cross has been your one local and trusted healthcare partner for nearly 90 years, it's our wide scope of products, services, and technologies that allows us to have a deeper understanding for everyone, everywhere, empowering whole-person health with compassion and innovation, one member at a time. It's that unique Blue Cross service and commitment through all stages of life that connects us hand in hand, ensuring you always have access to the highest quality, affordable healthcare with that personal touch, always finding new ways to deliver on our oldest promise, to keep you at the center of everything we do. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Bricks of Hope, a Chicago nonprofit, brings joy to hospitalized kids with the simple gift of Lego. For sick kids, a Lego kit isn't just a toy. It's a burst of imagination, a creative distraction, a reminder that someone cares. Since launching in December 2021, Bricks of Hope has delivered over 25,000 new Lego sets to sick kids here in Chicago. Help build hope in sick kids this holiday with the simple gift of Lego. Donate at bricksofhope.org.
Welcome back to the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show on 720 WGN. Charlie Meliodas is in Toronto. We'll bring him in a moment. But tonight's look at the jerseys is sponsored by Suits 2020. Stop by their men's clothing superstore to check out their selection of suits, tuxes, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. Visit suits2020.com. For the Blackhawks, wearing their road white jerseys with the famous Blackhawks logo on their crest, and they got the 100-year celebration, centennial celebration logo as well on the front of their jersey. And then here in the original six matchup, the Maple Leafs have the all blue with their iconic Maple Leaf logo in the middle of their jersey going to all blue. Good jersey matchup tonight in Toronto. And speaking of Toronto, we'll go out there now to the Scotiabank Arena and bring in Charlie Meliodas. Charlie, how's it going out? I guess up there.
I was down there, up there. You guys are down there for me. No, it's going well. I forgot how we were flying in yesterday, and there was more snow here in Toronto than there was in Chicago, which is surprising because we had, 12 inches a few weekends ago. So, yeah, it's the same temperature as it is here, just a little bit more snow.
Yeah, it's pretty icy down here now since it's been freezing the last few days. So I think it's supposed to be 40 on Thursday.
I'm on ice skate home.
Yeah, that might be tough for me. I might be on IR after doing that. But we could get into the Hawks now, Charlie, and we finally got that Connor Bedard update. It seems kind of up in the air right now with January 1st being a big day for Bedard and the Hawks.
Yeah, I can't tell if it was a best case scenario or worst case scenario that it's going to end up being a multiple week injury. Feels like worst case would have been potentially season ending. So I guess maybe it wasn't that significant, but the fact that he is going to miss multiple weeks and he's going to be reevaluated at the start of the new year, it just puts a real damper on this Blackhawks team so far because they were really playing themselves into the playoff conversation essentially all season long. And now this happens. And I feel like the loss, the 4-0 loss to Detroit on Saturday was kind of like a shell shock game for the Blackhawks where they really had a hard time figuring out what their identity is going to be without Connor Bedard. How are they going to score? What do they look like on the power play? It was the second of a back-to-back as well. So their emotions are running high. And so I think we're going to see a more well-structured game tonight for Chicago as the news of Connor Bedard's injury has kind of settled in, and they've had a practice and a morning skate to kind of collect themselves and go over some things on what they're going to be without their leading goal scorer and point getter. And so we'll see what tonight brings. But I expect a much more organized, structured Blackhawks team tonight than what we saw on Saturday following the Connor Bedard injury news.
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of forgot that. It feels like a while since they played, but I forgot that was a back-to-back that he got hurt on. So definitely a few chances to get a game plan, I guess, to be without their leading scorer. And kind of shifting into that, how do you think they're going to move forward without Bedard offensively? I mean, they have Ryan Donato, who led the team in goals last year. He could try to take a little bit of a step up and shoulder that responsibility. Nick Lardis is up trying to provide a spark. I guess they have a few options they can go with.
Yeah, it's crazy how you take one player out of the lineup and you're looking for ways to you're looking at who is going to potentially step up. Obviously, Frank Nazar, he hasn't scored in 20 games, so he's an easy guy to kind of circle that is going to have to elevate his game as far as production goes. I feel like he's been close in so many recent games of getting off the schneid and finding the back of the net. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens here tonight. He's a guy that's going to, I'm sure, take some more responsibility of needing to have to drive offense for Chicago. I look at the second line that was the third line, Teravainen, Dickinson, Mikheyev. That's notably the checking line for Chicago. They got bumped up from the third line to the second line, and that tells me Chicago is looking at them more now as a line that's going to have to produce offensively. Teravainen and Mikheyev are obviously going to be driving some offense from the wing. Jason Dickinson is more of a guy that's defensive-minded center, so he'll be the responsible player on the line. But I think they're going to need some more offensive contributions from Teravainen and Mikheyev. And then you got that third line now with Oliver Moore, Ryan Green, and Nick Lardis. I mean, it is a very youthful line, but it's a lot of speed and a lot of skill on it. So it's kind of high risk, high reward. And so we'll see what we get from that. But I think everyone, if you're on the Blackhawks roster, everyone is going to have to elevate their game 10%, is what Steve Conrad said in the last game for Chicago, which I thought was brilliant. Like if you're a guy looking inside that locker room, you're looking in the mirror saying, I got to find a way to be 10% better. And if everyone tries to do that as well, I think they're going to have to do it. It's a committee type approach. It's really not just one player.
Do they got a video going on out
there?
Yeah.
Is that very loud to you? Is it just me?
It's pretty loud, yeah.
Okay. So they're having a pregame ceremony for their longtime radio announcer before, but the video montage has begun, and it's pretty loud. I could still hear you though.
Okay, it sounds intense, a little intimidating.
It is intimidating for the road team.
And another guy that could maybe help with this is Nick Lardis. Had his NHL debut on Saturday. What'd you think of that, and what are you looking for him to do in his NHL stint here?
I was really impressed by his game on Saturday, especially given the circumstances where he played a game on Friday night with the Rockford IceHogs. You mentioned earlier in the pregame show that the bus was on its way to Grand Rapids. They were about 10, 15 minutes in. He had the team had to turn the bus around because Lardis had gotten the call up. The guys on the bus didn't exactly know what was going on, so they weren't sure why the bus was turning around. And so then Lardis has to drive to Chicago. It's the second of a back-to-back. The Blackhawks are without Connor Bedard, and then you have Lardis sliding into Bedard's role on the first power play in the right face-off circle. And I imagine that would be a lot of responsibility for a player like Lardis, or that's sliding into a role where you feel like you have to replace that production. And he really had a shoot-first mentality. He looked confident, didn't look scared, or was playing conservatively. There were a couple times that he ended up cutting his shift a little bit shorter than usual, but I'd rather have that happen than him stay out there for a minute long. And he's one of the guys out there that is responsible for maybe a goal against because he didn't get off early, or he didn't get off when he should have. So I expect Nick Lardis to come out again with some jump in this game. He had 8 shot attempts in the game on Saturday in his NHL debut, and I think he recorded like 5 hits as well. So I really liked his game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the players that steps up in Connor Bedard's absence.
Yeah, he's got a few days to reset himself. So, I mean, he was pretty impressive in that first game. So maybe he could take it to another level in the second game. All right, the big news in this game is Artem Levchinov being scratched. I guess he was late to practice yesterday, and going around social media a little bit. They were talking about Jeff Blashill getting on him, and now just it seems like holding him accountable with the rules they have in place.
Yeah, so I saw this happen in real time yesterday at practice. The Blackhawks had a 10 o'clock scheduled practice, and there were usually before a practice, they'll go over some meetings, but it didn't sound like there was any pre-practice meetings, and so guys were able to show up to practice kind of whenever they wanted to make sure that they were on the ice in time. But when I got to practice around 9:45, there were guys already on the ice start working on some individual work, and it sounded like Levshunov got there around 9:20, and so he technically was not late to a meeting or whatever, but he got to the rink later than you would want a player to get to the rink, especially a young player of his caliber that's trying to work through the growing pains of the NHL. And so the Hawks are holding him accountable, and he's a scratch here tonight. I think he was the only player that logged more than 20 minutes of ice time for the Blackhawks on Saturday, and he was at like 23 minutes. So he was like 3 to 4 minutes clear of the next Blackhawk defenseman or just forward in general, player in general. And so this certainly was not performance-based. It's the Blackhawks holding him accountable and to a high standard. And I also think it sends a message to the locker room too. Like, nobody is immune from this. And so I think it really helps set the tone for some other young players as well. We did see this actually a few days ago. I think actually might have been yesterday. Mika Zibanejad was a healthy scratch for the New York Rangers because he was late to a team meeting before the game. And so stuff happens. You almost kind of prefer that it's like late to a team meeting and not performance-based, because then we're talking about how he can bust out of a rut. But, this is just the disciplinary reasons, and I expect him to be back in the lineup on Thursday in Montreal.
All right, sounds good, Charlie. I'll let you go and get set with John for the call. We'll talk to you after the first, all right?
Sounds good, Jack. Perfect timing.
Yeah. All right, that's Charlie Meliodas. That's a lot going on out there in Toronto. We'll get you out there soon here. Yeah, the Hawks and the Leafs. No Artem Levshunov. Ethan Del Mastro draws in for Levshunov. He's going to be in the third pairing with Connor Murphy. So no Levshunov there. And then the power play is a little bit reworked too. Matt Grzelcyk's going to quarterback the first power play, and then Wyatt Kaiser's quarterbacking the second power play. On that first power play has Bertuzzi, Burakovsky, Nazar, and Lardis. So with Matt Grzelcyk. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes and unfolds throughout the game. All right, that's going to do it for us here in the pregame show, the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. Coming up next, it's Blackhawks and Maple Leafs with John Weideman and Charlie Meliodas. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Hampton OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Someday is not a day of the week. When you're looking at a serious to-do list, you need an SUV that's got your back. Check out the 26 Chevy Equinox with over 15 standard safety and driver assistance features, including forward collision alert, automatic emergency braking, and lane keep assist. And with a rear camera mirror, it's like you've got eyes in the back of your head. Chevy Equinox create a mobile hotspot for a 24/7 social connection for family and friends. And with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can create custom playlists for the whole crew. It's quality family time. Plus, Chevy factory-trained service technicians will keep you on the road with a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. It's not just service, it's peace of mind. Right now, during Chevy Red Tag, get 0% APR financing on a 26 Chevy Equinox. It doesn't get any lower than 0. Go to Chevy Drive Chicago for details. So cross one thing off your to-do list. A Chevy Equinox. It's the ultimate mobile device.
As a hardworking union member, you earn significant financial benefits. And as you approach retirement, you need a trusted partner. I'm Ron Whittingham from Megan Financial. Megan's approach is unique in our craft. We provide financial planning solutions exclusively designed for the hardworking men and women of organized labor. We'll help you understand all of your pension benefits, and we will efficiently allocate your retirement funds. Visit us at megent.com, MEGENT.com. Happy holidays from all of us at Megan Financial.
Securities and advisory services offered through Cetera Advisors, LLC, member FINRA SIPC.
100 years.
This is just fantastic.
One city.
Chicago!
One team.
Let's go Blackhawks!
The kids.
Nazar in a breakaway down the slot. Shoots, he scores! With a shot, he scores! Where did he score?
They can play.
Yes, they can.
An original Six tradition that rattles the rafters with Chicago pride.
Where you from?
Chicago. Chicago. Chicago, Chicago. From the anthem to the final horn. It's time for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. With the call of the game, here's John Whiteman and Charlie Remeliotis.
The Chicago Blackhawks take the ice in the center of the hockey universe tonight and go for a sweep of a season series against another Original Six rival. With 6 regulars on IR, the Toronto Maple Leafs have been about a 500 hockey club all season long, but they never stop feeling the pressure that goes with playing here in Toronto. But they view tonight's game against the Blackhawks as a true blue shot at moving up in the standings, and the Hawks are going to have to put a wrench into those plans. Hi again, everyone. John Whiteman along with Charlie Remeliotis. We are here at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. And our good friend Jack Heinrich, of course, is standing by in Blackhawk Central. We want to welcome you into our broadcast this evening. It's the Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs, the second meeting this season, Charlie. They have a ceremony going on down on the ice surface right now to honor legendary broadcaster here, Joe Bowen, a friend of mine and one of the greatest broadcasters that has ever lived for the game of hockey. And this game is going to miss Joe Bowen, so we wish him all the best. But from the Blackhawks side of the ledger here, Charlie, a chance to get back into the win column and kind of an important chance when you consider that Connor Bedard is, again, not available to the team. We got an update on Connor a little while ago. You heard it during Jack's segment of the pregame show. But the boys are going to have to carry on. They're going to have to manufacture chances and goals. And that's not going to be easy, but I think if they can kind of get into that mode here tonight, it might help them until Connor is able to return.
Yeah, it's really cliche, but it is a next man up mentality for the Blackhawks. And you heard Jack talk about it, how Connor Bedard has factored in on 48.4% of Chicago's goals this season prior to the injury. That's the second highest total in the entire NHL. And so one player is not going to replace the production that Connor Bedard provides. It really is going to have to be a collective effort from this Blackhawks room to elevate their offensive production, especially without Connor Bedard. And I thought Saturday's game against Detroit was kind of a shock to the Blackhawks. Like, how do we move forward without Connor for the foreseeable future?
Absolutely.
And so I think now that the dust has settled, Hawks have a clear vision on they know they're going to be without him for a couple weeks. I think they're going to turn in a much better effort in this game than they did Saturday.
Well, Charlie, one of the guys that could mitigate that is Nick Lardis. He's only playing his second NHL game, but, oh, by the way, it just happens to be in his hometown. He's from Oakville, Ontario, which, believe it or not, folks, from where we are right now is about, 5 miles away, right on the lake. So Nick grew up in this area, probably grew up a Leafs fan. I'm just assuming that, but he played his junior hockey down the road in Brantford. He turns pro with the Blackhawks in Rockford, gets called up for the game against Detroit. Doesn't score any goals, but, boy, he had a couple of great chances, and we got to see his shot. That's an NHL shot for sure. How great would it be if he picked up his first NHL goal here tonight in his hometown? That
would be fantastic, and he scored 71 goals in the OHL's with the OHL's Brantford Bulldogs last season, which was, I think, the 8th player in OHL history to do so. And so hopefully with a ton of family and friends in attendance Lardis can find the back of the net for his first in the NHL.
What do you think the bill was for him picking up the tab on all those tickets?
I think he joked around earlier this morning that he couldn't cover all of the tickets because they're pretty expensive. So I think he had to go out of pocket for a couple of those.
Do you have to borrow a few bucks maybe from the boy? Hey, boys, I got to pass the hat. I can't afford all these tickets.
Yeah, money on the board.
Let's talk about Ethan Del Mastro a little bit. He's going to play on only his second game this season. He played in the first game down in Florida to start the season. Hasn't played in the Blackhawks lineup ever since. You talked about Artyom Levshunov and the call-up of Ethan Del Mastro. He's another kid from the area, and you would have to think that a game like this would really be special for him.
No question. I think Ethan Del Mastro, by his standards, probably didn't have the greatest training camp. So he goes down to Rockford, performs well down there, and he gets called up to, I thought was going to be the 7th defenseman on this trip, just for some insurance policies. But because Artyom Levshunov is not in the lineup tonight, because for disciplinary reasons, he gets the opportunity to slide into the third pairing with Connor Murphy. And I think it's a pairing that has played together in the past. And so I imagine Del Mastro is coming into this game wanting to play with some juice as well.
And we mentioned the other Ontario-born kids, the Toronto area-born kids. Jason Dickinson is another one. He's from right up the road. And Tyler Bertuzzi, even though he's from Sudbury, he played his junior hockey right down the road from here in Guelph. So this is a game that I know those guys all look forward to. And I'm just hoping that with the collective sense of urgency that they've got to be feeling along with the night, I'm hoping that they can raise their level and somehow come out of here with a win.
Yeah, I think so too. This is an important trip for the Blackhawks to just try to tread some water over the next couple of weeks without Connor Bedard. Stay inside the playoff race so that when Connor is ready to return, the Hawks can still be playing some meaningful games.
Well, the honorarium for Joe is just about over. We're going to get to a couple of sponsored items right now. Who's going to deliver? Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning. Electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going with Nick Lardis.
I like it.
I'm touch wood. I'm saying he's going to score his first NHL goal here tonight in his hometown. Keys for the game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Charlie?
We might have to pause because I think they're going to do the national anthem, so we'll wait.
Let's do that.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Oh, nice job with the anthems from Natalie Morris. Well done. All right, quickly, Charlie. Keys to the game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Take it away.
All right, number one, don't get cute if you're the Blackhawks. Keep things simple without Connor Bedard in the lineup. It's going to be hard to score goals, but try to get them greasy. Number two, watch out for the top line for Toronto. They've overloaded the first line with Matthew Nyes, Austin Matthews, and William Nylander to try to jumpstart all of them. So beware of that line. And then number three, play fast. This is not the same Toronto Maple Leafs team that we're used to seeing in the past. They are not a rush team anymore. They are a dump and chase team. So if you're the Blackhawks, you are absolutely the faster team in this game. Take that to their advantage.
All right, Charlie, now the all-important Who Are You Banking On? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
I'm going to go with Frank Nazar. He's on a 5-game point drought. Hasn't scored in 20 games. I think he gets off the schneid tonight and lifts the Blackhawks to a victory over Toronto.
Give me some, bud. I like that one. All right, let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Joseph Woll, 1-2-0 against the Blackhawks in his career. At defense are Morgan Riley and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Up front from left to right, Dakota Joshua starts at left wing. Nicholas Waugh centers the Leafs opening line, and former Hawk Max Domi starts at the right wing. For the Blackhawks, it's Spencer Knight in goal, 2-1-0 against the Leafs in his career. At defense are Wyatt Kaiser and Matt Grizzly. Up front from left to right, Teuvo Teravainen starts at left wing. Jason Dickinson centers the opening line. Ilya Mikheyev, the former Leaf, starts at the right wing. Referees this evening are Carter Sandlak and Kendrick Nicholson. Handling the lines are Michel Cormier and Mark Shuchik. And we're underway here in Toronto, playing the Hawks zone. Puck turned over to the Leafs. Nicholas Waugh on the right wing corner. He leaves it there for Domi, who collides with the Hawks' Oliver Moore, who steals the puck. Moore to center ice. Gave the puck to Ryan Green at the Leaf line, but he had it pulled away by Waugh of the Leafs. To Joshua across the Hawk blue line. He fires one from the high slot, and a blocker save made by Knight. Here's Oliver Moore to the puck, Hawk line, left wing side. Rink wide pass for Nick Lardis is off his stick into the Leaf zone. Former Hawk Jake McCabe will clear it ahead to center ice, and the Leafs will now get it back. Troy Stetcher overskates the puck at the Hawk blue line. Taken back by the Hawks. Louis Crevier will skate it to center ice. Fires it down the right side glass deep into the Leaf zone. Puck circles the net to the far corner. William Nylander there. Put the puck behind the Leaf net near corner to Jake McCabe. Over to Troy Stetcher. Head to Nylander over the Hawk line down the right wing. Nylander carrying in behind the net now. Tried to center. Crevier got a stick in there. Nylander dishes to the line. A long shot by Simon Benoit. Stopped in the left circle. And Matthew Nyes took it there for the Leafs and fired over the net. Nylander against the end boards. Check there. Crevier had the puck momentarily, lost it to Nyes, who put it out to the line, held in by the Leafs. Benoit at the right point to Nylander, top of the right circle. Backhands one in front of the net, was intended for Austin Matthews, but the puck taken away by Mikheyev. Put it behind the net to Vlasic. He'll drive it around the left wing boards and down, and icing is the call. And boy, do we have a fast game going here.
Yeah, and this Dickinson, Teravainen, Mikheyev line has been out here for the entire 91 seconds to start this game. They iced the puck. They are absolutely gassed right now. So a big face-off coming up here for Chicago. Try to win this and get a change for that second line.
Now here's where the conditioning kicks in. John Tavares over 60% on draws. He won it for the Leafs to Robertson at the left point. Put the puck to the left wing corner. Tavares is there. Tavares, the former Leaf captain, to the left wing circle, will snap a shot over the net. Now Bobby McCann in the right wing corner for Toronto. Given a bear hug by Louis Crevier. Leafs get the puck at the line at the right point. The puck is spun down the boards by Oliver Ekman-Larsson, but picked off by the Hawks, and then misplayed by the Leafs back down ice into their own end. Quick change for the Hawks. The Leafs will try and catch him in it. Now the puck turned over at center ice. Tyler Bertuzzi to Frank Nazar over the Leaf line. To Andre Burakovsky along the left boards. Back to Ethan Del Mastro. He'll fire from the left point. That misses the whole unit. But the rebound was available next to the net. Cleared out to center ice by Tavares. And the Hawks take it back. Murphy at the Hawk line. To Bertuzzi over the Leaf line. Down the right wing. Fought through a check. Flips it back to Murphy. Right point. He fires in and out of the glove of Woll. Nazar was there for the rebound, but got knocked off his footing. In behind the net now, Bertuzzi tries to center the puck. Swept away by McCabe to the far boards. Nylander is there. He'll escape to the corner and then turn the puck over to Tyler Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi checked by Morgan Riley, longtime Leafs defenseman, second leading all-time defenseman scorer for the Maple Leafs. Here's Bertuzzi to the loose puck, left circle. Spins it behind the Leaf net. Riley back to get it. To McCabe along the left wing boards. Clears to center ice. Vlasic slaps it away, but now Matthew Nyes of the Leafs will snap it down to the far corner, Hawk zone. Crevier there, winds it around up the right wing, Ilya Mikheyev, Hawk line. Teravainen over the center ice circle, dumps it into the right wing corner, Leaf zone. Benoit slaps it up the boards, and the Leafs are out of their end, led by Nyes, left wing to center ice, runs into Crevier, knocked off the puck. Ilya Mikheyev's got it over the center ice circle. Tried to lift the puck into the Leaf zone, and now on his second attempt, he swept it across the line. Leafs regrouping their end as the Hawks make a line change.
The Teravainen, Dickinson, Mikheyev line jumped back on the ice when they saw Austin Matthews' line get out there for the second shift in 3 shifts. And so clearly the Blackhawks are going to want to try to get that matchup all game long, but it's going to be difficult for them as the road team where they get the Toronto gets the last change.
Now inside the Hawk zone, Scott Lawton along the near boards. Turn the puck over. Dominic Toninato of the Hawks will skate it out to center ice and leave the puck down in the Leaf end. Jake McCabe took it behind his net. Drops it over to Henry Thrun, who came over in a trade with San Jose for big Ryan Reeves. I guess San Jose felt that they needed a guy that could police the ice. Boy, they got a good one in Reeves. And Thrun, a good young defenseman, played his college hockey at Harvard. Here's a pass ahead of the Hawk blue line, broken up by Connor Murphy. Head to Nick Lardis. At center ice on the right wing. He'll clear the puck down to the corner in the Leaf end. McCabe slots it back around. Del Mastro held the puck in at the left point momentarily, but now the Leafs clear. Nicholas Waugh had the puck stripped away from him there by a back-checking effort from Ryan Green. Over to Lardis, and a pass ahead for Oliver Moore. He and Oliver Ekman-Larsson race headlong into the right wing corner in the Leaf zone. And then battle for the puck. It comes free. Green in the right circle to Del Mastro. High slot fires. Kick save made by Wall. Good chance there for Ethan Del Mastro. Nick Lardis at the left point now. Snaps it across the rink. This deflects into the near corner. Ekman-Larsson's got it for the Leafs, and the teams are in line changes once again. Ekman-Larsson sent it down the left side boards, in behind the Hawk net. Around it goes to the far corner. Austin Matthews off the bench. Then Nylander back in the net. He'll carry it around near the right point. Then unloads the puck down behind the net again. Frank Nazar on Matthew Nyes. Nyes takes the puck, missing on a pass back to the near point. And this banks down to the Leaf blue line. McCabe is there to Matthew Nyes. University of Minnesota product. Snaps it down the left boards into the Hawk zone. Rolls behind the net to the right wing corner. Matthews had the puck for a moment. Lost it to Nazar. Nylander takes it back. Walks out to near the bottom of the left circle and fires. That broke the stick of Wyatt Kaiser. Then a shot from the left point by McCabe deflects wide. Austin Matthews beside the net. Can't jam the puck in the short side. Taken away there by Grzelcyk of the Hawks. He'll clear it off the glass, and this will roll on in down behind the Leaf net. Icing will be the call once again to the Hawks. No score.
Tonight's coaches' challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions. We got some good pace here early on between Chicago and Toronto. I think that was just the second whistle of the game, 6 minutes in.
Yeah, excellent pace. Face-off circle to the right of Knight. Tavares wins it. And Riley from the right point, or the left point, gathers it in, skates down to the corner, tried to center the puck, swept away by Nazar. Nick Robertson at the left point. They'll sweep it down in behind the Hawk net. Kaiser and the Leafs' Bobby McMahon vie for it there. Nazar pulls it out of the pile. He'll skate it out. Move ahead at center ice. Burakovsky over the Leaf line, down the right wing. Pulls up top of the circle. Back past to Del Mastro, left circle. Pumps it toward the net. Blocked there by Robertson. And the puck ricochets to center ice. The Hawks get it back. Murphy passing it across Mikheyev, then to Tyler Bertuzzi. He'll dump it into the right wing corner Leaf zone. Mikheyev reaching around to Ekman-Larsson, strips the puck away in centers. This is picked off by McMahon of the Leafs, and he'll backhand it down. And not far enough for icing, but far enough for the Leafs to complete a line change. Here's Del Mastro between the circles. Hawk in. Outlets to center ice over the logo. Mikheyev lifts it down to the left wing corner. Leaf in. Teuvo Teravainen on the scene, battling against Henry Thrun. Teravainen pulls the puck out of the pile. It banks up the far boards. And one of the Leaf youngsters there, Easton Cowan, clears to center ice. Now Henry Thrun in front of the benches. Flipping it down the boards in behind the Hawk net. Knight plays it into the far corner to Vlasic. Takes a pass up the right wing. Mikheyev at center ice. He tried to send it ahead into the Leaf zone for Colton Dock and did, but Dock ran into Jake McCabe and then lost the puck. Scott Lawton far corner. Leaf zone. Hit hard by Dock, who dislodges the puck in behind the net. And then Toranto with a big heavy hit behind the Leaf net. Ends up with a puck along the right boards. Tried to feed the point. Picked off by Cowan of the Leafs. Head to Lawton, center ice on the left wing. Put it into the Hawk zone, and the long reach of Vlasic pokes it ahead. Here's Donato into the Leaf zone, firing from the slot, and that's off the foot of Morgan Riley and up into the protective netting, and out of play it goes. We have no score here in Toronto with 12:22 left in period number 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Finding health insurance can be so confusing. People need help. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
And we're here to help. With thousands of brokers certified by the state and hundreds of trained insurance guides, what we call navigators, available in communities across Illinois.
All free.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
John Williams, every weekday morning, 10 to 2. Miss a little, miss a lot on 720. Now back to the game.
'Tis the season, Chicago. The holiday spirit is shining bright at the United Center this December, and there is no better way to celebrate than giving the gift of the Blackhawks. From customized gift guides to special ticket packages, there is something for every fan on your list. Check out blackhawks.com/holidays for all details.
Well, Frank Nazar will face off now in the Leaf zone, circle to the left of Wall against Austin Matthews. And Matthews wins this face-off for Toronto. They come out of their end. Jake McCabe, center ice on the left wing, cuts in over the Hawk line, giving a Matthews right circle to Nylander. And from the bottom of the circle, he shot the puck through the crease, tipped away by Knight. At the line, the puck taken back by Troy Stetcher. He'll stick it down in behind the Hawk net. Eyes winds it around to McCabe along the left boards. He sends the puck behind the net over to the far corner, taken away by Wyatt Kaiser. Head to center ice to Nazar. Made a rink wide pass, and now Grizzlick's got it ahead to Burakovsky over the Leaf line down the right wing. Given a shove from behind by Matthews and off the puck. Matthews took it away to Troy Stetcher through center ice and over the Hawk line to the top of the left circle. Snapped a slow one in on goal. Turned out of there by Knight. Grizzlick hit behind the net. Puck comes free to Waugh. Fed it to the slot. Domi fires, and that's just wide. That's off of Bertuzzi's stick. Bertuzzi to the puck. Hawk line left wing. Takes a hit. Moves it rink wide. Nick Lardis over the Leaf line. At the right point, spun it down the slot, intended for Louis Crevier, but his stick was all tied up by that of Waugh. Now Max Domi along the near boards. Leaf end. They'll send it ahead at center ice for Matthew Nyes. And the puck taken away in front of the Leafs bench, however, by the Hawks' Alex Vlasic, who drops it down to the near corner in the Leaf end. Vlasic now at the left point takes it away. Tried to hand it down to Oliver Moore. Tavares intercepts that. Put it behind the net. And Benoit there ahead to Dakota Joshua over the Hawk line. He's to the net and fires, and that hit the post. Hawks catch a break. Moore along the left boards. Hawk blue line will lift it through the air down into the Leaf zone, and the teams will make line changes.
Good opportunity there for Toronto, but on the other side of the rink, the Nick Lardis found a streaking Louis Crevier, who a few games ago had a shorthanded goal on a breakaway. It kind of resembled just a little bit, but the Toronto player was right on him, so he couldn't get a shot off.
I love Jeff Blashill's comment. He said, we're going to have to include him on possibly on the shootout drills here. Now we're going to get an icing call against the Hawks. 10:18 left in period number 1 here in Toronto. No score in the game. Glad to have you along. Charlie Romeliotis and myself for Blackhawks hockey will be in Montreal in a couple nights and have a second look at the Montreal Canadiens.
You will be. I won't.
Yeah, I know. Well, you'll see him on. Won't you see him on TV?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you will, but you just won't be there. But you'll be with us in spirit, Char. I know you.
Well, last time the Hawks were there, it was a impressive game at the end of last season that kind of jolted the Blackhawks going into the summer.
Yeah. Remember Frank Nazar's shootout bid that nobody could find the pocket? Wait, where did he put it? Try looking in the top shelf, guys. It's stuck up there. I think half the building saw it, and the other half left the building that night wondering, when did he ever score?
Well, credit to the Chicago broadcast. Both you and Rick Ball called it a goal in real time, but the opposition did not.
There's Donato into the Leafs zone to the left circle. Snaps off a shot, but Stetcher got a stick in there, deflecting that one up and out of play. And once again, we'll take a break. 9:44 left in the first. No score here in Toronto. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Radio News at the top and bottom of the hour.
WGN.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4Seasons.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Attention, all National Coalition of Labor members. Open enrollment is going on now. Enroll yourself, your spouse, and your kids with no health questions asked. Help protect what you're working so hard for with supplemental life, AD&D, accident, and critical illness insurance benefits. The maximum amount of supplemental life insurance benefits for you and your spouse are at the highest they've ever been. But hurry, open enrollment ends December 31st. Visit nclenrollment.com. That's nclenrollment.com. Underwritten by Relias Star Life Insurance Company, Minneapolis, Minnesota, a member of the Boya family of companies.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Charlie Romeliotis and John Weideman here at Scotiabank Arena. No score. Just over 10 minutes into the game. At each home game at the United Center this season, we will be saluting a veteran, sponsored, as always, by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007.
Off the draw, Kaiser with a slot. Shoots, he scores! This is actually Colton Dock. Colton Dock closing in. And it looks like Dominic Toninato is going to pick up his first Blackhawks goal. He was crowding the top of the crease and must have tipped that one home. Get a look at this on the replay. I had it right the first time. Wyatt Kaiser, there was a mass of bodies in front of the net, and I thought this puck, it went off Kaiser's stick. I thought it hit Doc's stick and then went in, but it turns out it's Dominic Toninato who's going to get his first goal as a Blackhawk. First of the season, and it's 1-0 Hawks.
Well, Toninato started this play with a clean face-off win in the offensive zone. Gets it to Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser was trying to shoot this puck into the net, but it goes off the pad of Dominic Toninato, who scores his first goal as a member of the Blackhawks, as you mentioned, John. And with that, we didn't get to do this last game, but it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Just going to say, we need to play that drop by Chelly, coming back onto our airwaves a little more often. And that's just good karma. Nazar into the Leafs zone, left point, put it over to Bertuzzi, right wing circle. He'll close to the corner, head to the slot. Burakovsky there, cuts with the puck behind the Leaf net around to the left circle. Sets up the left point, Del Mastro. He moves to the left wing corner, try to jam it in front. Morgan Riley knocked it in behind with his skate. Nick Lassois near corner, Leaf zone, takes the puck. Over to Riley, going to pass up the left wing, Domi center ice. Shot it across the rink, was intended for Dakota Joshua, but then Ethan Del Mastro deflected it away, and then the puck is set down ice by Riley. Icing's going to be the call here against the Leafs. So hard work by that line. Jeff Blashill talked about how everybody's going to have to get involved, and we've seen that the last few shifts here by the Hawks for sure.
No question. Rarely do you get to see the fourth line take an offensive zone draw, but the Blackhawks did throw them out there for that one, and the Blackhawks get rewarded. They're 12-4-3 this season. Chicago is when they score the first goal of the game. So that's a good omen. Hawks are 1-9-3 when they give up the first goal. So Hawks are off to a great start here in Toronto by getting the first one.
Classic at the left point, claims the puck, put it down to the left wing corner. Jason Dickinson there. To McKay, back in the net, walks around the far post and trying to jam it in the short side. Turned away. Teravainen fires. He scores from the side of the Leaf net. This may have hit Jason Dickinson, who was crowding the goal mouth. And now Simon Benoit and Jason Dickinson lock up and go together to the glass. The linesman tried to separate the two. Teuvo Teravainen was the one who took the shot. And this may have hit Dickinson, who was crowding the crease, as I said. Joseph Wall had lost his goal stick, and now we get a second look. It was Dickinson who got his stick on it, was able to poke it home there. 2-0 Hawks. Break out some more Bandito, bud.
Oh, boy, this might be a long game today with the Bandito, but terrific original shot by Teuvo Teravainen. And Jason Dickinson saw the loose puck underneath Joseph Woll. I'm not sure if the officials are going to – they are huddling up about this, so I'm not sure if they're going to determine that the puck was underneath the pad of Joseph Woll, but I didn't hear a whistle, John, so I'm not sure why this would get overturned if there is discussion. So the official just pointed to the center, so it is a good goal. And with that, let's do it again. Time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. That's 2 goals in 108 for Chicago in this first period.
So Jason Dickinson is going to pick up his 3rd goal on the season with Teravainen assisting, unless the official scorer sees it differently from me. The goal at 11:27 of period number 1. And there was a discussion as to whether that might be goaltender interference. Now, Charlie, down below us.
Toronto was challenging the play to see if there was goaltender interference.
Well, there you have it.
All right, well, they are taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. So I saw Joseph Woll did lose his stick in the process. So there certainly wasn't any goaltender interference when the goal happened. So I'm wondering if they felt like Joseph Woll losing the stick, or are they going to say, okay, so we're getting a better view of this right now. And Jason Dickinson, it sure looked like he might have hit the pad of Joseph Woll that maybe directed the puck into the net. So that's what they will probably feel like Toronto is challenging, whether Dickinson actually pushed the pad and it resulted in the puck crossing the line.
Okay, that's fair. He stuck a stick. Now, we got to look the on-ice level. Look, okay, let's get the call.
After coach's challenge video review, it was determined that there was goaltender interference. The Chicago player pushes the goalie into the puck into the net. No goal.
Okay.
So remember earlier in the year at the United Center, the Blackhawks were part of something like this with the Tyler Bertuzzi. In that situation, Bertuzzi, we felt like hit the puck, and the puck was kind of pushing the pad in. But in this situation, the angle that we just got here, you can very clearly see that Dickinson pushed the pad of Joseph Woll. So I hate to agree with the officials overturning this, but I do think this is a good call and a good challenge by Toronto.
I won't disagree with that, Charlie. I mean, let's flip the sides. Had that been a Blackhawks goaltender that was interfered with in that fashion, we'd be up in arms.
For sure.
But the Hawks do retain a 1-0 lead on the Dominic Toninato goal, his first of the year, first as a Blackhawk at 10:21. Face-off just outside the Leaf blue line. Dickinson muscles it away from Matthews. Crevier steps into the Leaf zone, right point, and rifles a wrist shot in on goal. And the glove save is made by Wall. Wall will hold on to the puck. He is from Dardenne Prairie, Missouri. That is in the St. Louis area. It's in, I believe it's in either South County or West County. And he had to have grown up as a St. Louis Blues fan. And he's an accomplished pianist, by the way. He plays beautiful piano. I don't know if any of you know that, but anyway.
I do now.
Yeah. Now Jason Dickinson from the Hawk zone bats a puck up the left wing at center ice. McKay late getting there. Riley got to it instead for the Leafs. To Nyes, Hawk blue line. He'll spin it down to the left wing corner, Hawk in. Alex Vlasic takes a hit, put it behind his net. Over to the far corner to Teravainen, then up the left wing, Jason Dickinson. Played his junior hockey at Guelph, along with Tyler Bertuzzi. Dickinson pushes the puck to center ice. Nyes is knocked down awkwardly and slow to get up, and he may be ailing a bit as he will labor to the Leafs bench. Get a whistle stopping play, offside on that last sequence of play. Face-off just outside the Hawk blue line.
I think it was Jason Dickinson that came swarming in and laid a hit on Matthew Nyes. Ooh. Boom. Yeah, that's a little bit of a...
Nyes was falling forward, and Dickinson kind of gave him a nudge, a little more impetus into the boards. So, anyway, they let him play. And back in the Hawk zone, Nick Robertson chasing down the puck in the right wing corner. His brother is Jason Robertson of the Dallas Stars. Benoit, top of the left circle, Hawk zone fires. Butterfly save made by Knight. Ryan Green had the puck stripped away in front by Bobby McCann. McCann down the left wing, carrying behind the Hawk net, pushed off the puck by Green. Del Mastro can't clear it out up the far boards. Held in by Thrun at the right point. Then a nice play by Green along the boards to clear to center ice. And he took it back deeper into the Hawk zone, left the puck for Murphy in the corner to Spencer Knight's right. Leafs making a line change. Murphy pulls in behind the Hawk net. He'll stop and have a look as the Hawks complete their line change.
The Austin Matthews line hops onto the ice for Toronto, and so does the Jason Dickinson line for the Blackhawks. So that's a matchup that we're going to be watching all game long.
I was just going to say, I kind of think Jeff Blashill likes that matchup. At the faceoff, thought we've seen Dickinson get the better of Matthews a couple times. Dickinson finishing his check on Stetcher in the corner. The Leafs get it back and come out. Stetcher, center ice on the left wing. Mikheyev caught him in front of the penalty boxes as Stetcher dumps it down behind the Hawk net. Knight plays it around up the left wing boards. Teravainen put it down to Vlasic beside the net. Then stretch pass to the Leaf line. Dickinson is over the line. We get a whistle. This play is ruled offside. 1-0 Hawks, 6:29 left in period number one. The faceoff will come out of the Leaf zone to center ice and right down below us. By the way, we have a spectacular view of this ice surface here in Toronto. One of my favorite positions in the league, Shark.
Yeah, this is a really good vantage point here at Scotiabank Arena. Frank Nazar's line pops onto the ice. Boy, it feels like he's been close, John. It's only a matter of time before he's really going to bust through out of that 20-game goal drought, unfortunately for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it tonight.
You know, if he's around the net front, the way Jeff Blashill and I discussed today, if he's around the net front when the puck is coming through, at some point the odds are going to catch up with him, and he's going to score a goal. Might hit his shin pad, might hit a skate, might hit, maybe a shoulder or an arm or something and go in. Might be an ugly-looking kind of a goal, but that'll get him off the schneid, and from that point on, you just never know.
When he suffered that injury in Calgary, missed a couple games, and I felt like he returned maybe sooner than expected, and he was powering through the injury for several weeks, but now he's starting to, the last week or two, he's really started to look like himself, and he has that same burst that we saw at the beginning of the year.
Now puck stripped away by Scott Lawton into the Hawk zone, right wing side, cuts across the slot and draws a tripping penalty. Leafs will go to the power play when we return with 5:32 left in the first. It's the Hawks 1 and the Leafs no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Your radio home for the Hawks, Cats, and the NFL, WGN. Now back to the game.
Back here at Scotiabank Arena, Charlie Meliotis and John Weideman. The Blackhawks are up 1-0 on the Maple Leafs. Toronto with just 2 shots on goal in this game, but they're about to go on the power play, and so a big kill here for the Blackhawks, who have been the better team so far in this first period.
I agree. They've been the harder working team for sure. Face off to the right of Knight. Hawks penalty killing prowess is going to be put to the test here. Off the draw, Nylander firing for the left point. Nice pad save made by Knight. Classic to the puck behind the Hawk net. Will race a few strides to his left and snap it off the left wing glass and down. Morgan Riley claims the puck. He'll carry to the Leaf blue line, drop it back deeper into the Leaf zone. And Nylander collects the puck. He'll skate to center. Turns it over at the Hawk line. Crevier's there. Ahead to Mikheyev over the Leaf line. Put it across. Dickinson shoots. He scores! A shorthanded goal for Jason Dickinson. The third of the season for the Hawks and the first for Dickinson this season. And with 5:02 left in period number 1 here in Toronto, the Hawks are out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, what a play at the blue line for the Blackhawks. They had like a 3-on-1 developing, turned into a 3-on-2. Ilya Mikheyev with a no-look pass to Jason Dickinson, who buries it for his 3rd goal of the season. And this one is going to count for Jason after he thought he had one just a few minutes ago, but it was overturned because of a goaltender interference challenge. And with that, it's time to break out the Bandito, celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Okay, that last one was for practice, Charlie. You know,
it was.
We want to make sure that we're sharp. Now the Leafs on the attack into the Hawk zone down the left wing. Bobby McMahon shot a pass right through the crease, and it banked out of the right wing corner and ricocheted down ice into the Leaf end. Oliver Ekman-Larsson to center ice. Drops it back to Max Domi, Leaf line. Spins it ahead for Nicholas Waugh over the Hawk line to the right wing. He'll hand it off to Easton Cowan, who sweeps the puck behind the Hawk net. Domi then gave it up along the near boards. There to get it Nazar. He'll clear it up the right side and down. 45 seconds left on the Leaf power play.
Greg Berube went right to the second unit after that shorthanded goal allowed, but now the first unit is back on the ice with Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Tavares, Nyes, and Riley.
Nylander, top of the right circle, Hawk zone to Riley near the left point, to Nylander at the blue line in the deep slot. Holding, he'll fire, redirected on goal by Nyes, turned out of there by Knight. Nazar grabs the rebound, and he'll skate it out, leading a 2-on-1 shorthanded rush over the Leaf line, right wing to Teravainen, left circle, shoots, shoulder save is made by Wall, and the puck redirects up into the protected netting. Boy, those are 2 outstanding shorthanded chances by the Hawks on the same penalty kill.
How about that?
Wow.
Not a good start for the Maple Leafs on this power play. And their power play this season, Toronto, it has not been very good, which is something you don't really see too often with a team that has this much firepower offensively. I know they don't have Mitch Marner anymore, but they still have a lot of high-end talent. And they're the 3rd worst power play percentage in the NHL this season.
I mean, go figure, right? I mean, they were in the top 5 last year. At times, they were the number 1 power play in the league. Boy, they've taken a precipitous drop. Now the Hawks are back to full strength as Murphy's out of the box. Takes a check in the near corner from Steven Lorentz. Then they battle for the puck along the boards. Mikheyev pokes it to the line, held in by McKay. Put it over, and a shot from the right point by Stetcher. Turned out of there with a blocker save from Knight. Murphy collects the rebound. He'll lift it down ice into the Leaf end. Stetcher between the circles took it away to Robertson over the center ice circle. Backhands it through the air and down into the Hawk crease. And like an outfielder catching a fly ball over his head, Spencer Knight gloves it and just decides with his glove hand to toss the puck to the far boards. The Hawks get it back anyway behind their net. Vlasic's got it there. Vlasic with a lead pass now. Andre Burakovsky, center ice, lost it in his skates. Got it back, kicks it to a stick. Put it over the Leaf blue line. Green is tripped, no penalty called. And the puck spun to center ice by Domi. Vlasic in front of the Hawks bench. Will whip it down the board behind the Leaf net. Around it goes to the near corner. Simone Benoit turned it over to Ryan Green. De Bertuzzi, right circle, slaps it over the left wing boards. Ethan Del Mastro there, winds it back around to Murphy along the right side boards. Down now into the right corner, Burakovsky to Murphy, right point. Walking it through the deep slot, gave it to Del Mastro near the left point. Sent it toward the net, and it ricochets off of Green and off the side of the net. Puck turned over in the Leaf zone to Burakovsky near the right point. And then he is chased, had a stick slap from behind by that Adomi. The puck tumbles to center ice. Del Mastro dumps it back down the boards into the Leaf end. This circles the net, ends up on the far side over to Benoit. Put it over to Ekman Larson, left wing side of the Leaf zone. Then ahead to Nylander. He'll twist with the puck down between the circles in the Leaf zone and hand it off to Henry Thrun. Here's Henry Thrun to center ice. Little pass ahead for Austin Matthews to flex through the air and down to the end boards. Hawk in. Matthews snaps it behind the Hawk net up the left wing side. Teravainen grabs the puck. Swats it across the rink for Dickinson, but it's just past him into the Leaf zone, and the Leafs get control again. 1:30 on the clock for the first period. It's the Hawks 2 and the Leafs no score. Puck shot in by Riley into the Hawk end right on Knight. He clears it up the left wing side. Mikheyev shot it across the rink to Big Louis Crevier. He'll dump the puck down in on Wall, the goaltender for the Leafs, who turned it away. Leafs get possession. Nylander passing ahead. Matthews at center ice. Colton Dach in an excellent back-checking mode. Stripped it away. Got the puck to Ryan Donato. He's over the Leaf line down the left wing to the corner. Trying to shake the check of Stetcher. And Donato scraping the puck out of there. But Stetcher came out with it. We're under a minute to play in period number 1, 2-0 Hawks. And now at the left point, Kaiser took the puck away and then lost it. This slips out to center ice. Matt Grzelcyk now back in the Hawk end. Quick pass over to Kaiser, to Murphy, actually now to Donato over the center ice circle. He dumps the puck to the inboards. Donato gets back to his feet looking at the guy who hit him. That's Knies. Meanwhile, the puck held in at the line by Kaiser, but now the linesman on the near side of the rink is going to blow the whistle and say he didn't hold it in. Offside is going to be the call. It's been a crazy period of hockey.
It has, John, and with a full strength, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics, on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. The face-off is going to come in the neutral zone, and it's going to be the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons. John, it looked like Matthew Knies was trying to drop the gloves with Ryan Donato there, but Ryan did not oblige because he knew that would have given Toronto some momentum.
Oliver Moore in the Leaf zone got hold of a loose puck along the left boards and fed the high slot to Nick Lardis, who snaps a shot on goal. Wall turned it away with the stick. Here's Crevier in the Hawk end. Outlets to Lardis at center ice. This is off his stick. Crevier took it back at the Hawk line, pins it off the near boards and down into the Leaf end. Tavares will grab the puck and leave it in the near circle to Benoit. And you can hear the boos in the background here from the Toronto Partisans. Not too happy at all with this effort by their hometown Leafs. They will head to the dressing rooms with the Hawks up 2-0. And the shots on goal favoring the Blackhawks 10-7. An outstanding road period of hockey by the Chicago Blackhawks.
They were very clearly the better team in that 20 minutes of play. And the Hawks are coming off a tough loss against Detroit on Saturday, a 4-0 loss where they were without Connor Bedard for the first time this season. And they really obviously struggled to generate any sort of offense. And we were talking to Jeff Blashill after practice yesterday and even this morning, and he acknowledged that the Blackhawks are going to have to find a way to score some greasy goals. They're likely not going to be able to score in the same way that they did with Connor in the lineup. And so we saw Chicago score a couple of them. We thought it was 3, but one of them got wiped off the board because of a goaltender interference challenge. But to get a shorthanded goal, boy, that's a huge one for Chicago because it elevates their game, but it also takes the wind out of the sails for the Maple Leafs, who just can't buy a goal on the power play right now.
Get a quick look at the scoring, Charlie, and we had talked about this during one of our breaks. The first Blackhawk goal, so far, the official scorers have credited it to Wyatt Kaiser, with the assist coming from Dominic Toninato. Well, Dominic Toninato was the one that led the procession to the bench for the fist bumps, and Kaiser was the guy who fired the shot. I thought it had hit Colton Dach's stick out high as well. It was a high tip, I felt. But anyway, right now, the official scorer has Wyatt Kaiser credited for the goal, his third of the season, from Dominic Toninato. The second goal was a shorthanded goal for the Hawks. Jason Dickinson's third on the season was his first shorthanded. The Hawks now have 3 shorthanded goals on the season. And Mikheyev and Crevier picked up the assists on the short. 2-0 Hawks after 20 minutes in Toronto.
I wouldn't be surprised if that first goal does go to Dominic Toninato. He did lead the celebration to the Blackhawks bench, but even the way that he reacted made it seem like it went off of him. I have to go take a look at the closer replay, but it didn't look like it went off of a Leaf player. It looked like it went off of Toninato. So We'll see if that gets changed. If it is Wyatt Kaiser's goal, though, that would be his third in several games after he had 0 in his previous 40 combined dating back to last season. So he's been contributing more offensively in that department.
The fact that they were able to take the lead on that goal, Charlie, what does that say? What does that say to you? It says to me that there's enough traffic in front of the net that possibility, it existed anyway, but the fact that possibility became a reality. Without that kind of traffic, that's a save.
And that's the greasy goals that Jeff Blashill was trying to talk about, is we need to take the eyes away from the goaltenders and score in ways that they're not used to. Connor Bedard really likes to snipe it from the perimeter, and he's really good with that lethal shot. He's great playmaker as well, but the Hawks are going to have to score those types of goals in the foreseeable future with number 98 out of the lineup.
Now, they've got some decent ice cream up here. I'm going to check out the freezer here, Charlie, while you and Jack are interacting in the first intermission. I'll keep you posted on how good it is.
Well, they got some decent pizza, too, which you and I have both already had a slice.
Yeah, we've already partaken in that.
I might go grab a second or a third.
Hawaiian for me. I don't know what kind did you have.
Hawaiian, that's with the pineapple, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
All right. Charlie and I will check out the pizza and ice cream while we'll send it away for a break as Jack Heinrich is back in Blackhawks Central, and he will have a full intermission report. And then we'll be back here to Toronto for second period action. It's going the Hawks' way so far. 2-0 Hawks after 20 here in Toronto. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Hampton OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I played in an era that was tough, gritty, old school. But I got major respect for the next generation of hockey. The speed, the skill, the precision. That's what I see in Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, clean, crisp, real beer flavor without the heaviness. This is the light beer that keeps up with the modern game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities, the communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
Hey, this is John Williams. The roller coaster. No matter your age, no matter the amusement park, it never ceases to bring the emotional goods, the anticipation, the excitement, and then the fear and adrenaline rush that comes with the king of all rides. And the same can be said when it comes to your retirement. Lots of questions and concerns that for some can feel like a roller coaster. Will you be able to continue to live as comfortably as you do now? Will you have complete financial independence? Will you run out of money? How about taxes, Social Security, health care? Tom Fortino and the team at the Alpha Wealth Group can answer these questions and more with their roadmap to retirement. Call 630-864-6711. 630-864-6711. Online, alphawealthgroup.com. Call the Alpha Wealth Group today, and let's save the fear and adrenaline for the amusement park.
Advisory services through Retirement Wealth Advisors, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Alpha Wealth Group, licensed in Illinois.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911. Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Jack Heinrich with your intermission update.
Well, that's more like it for the Blackhawks there after getting shut out on Saturday. 2 goals. Well, they scored 3, but one waved off because of goalie interference. But very, very strong first period for the Blackhawks up in Toronto, leading 2-0 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Very solid period. Louis Crevier led the way with 8 8:09 of ice time. He also had an assist there. He continues his really strong season, really good for Louis Crevier and the Blackhawks. They got a 2-0 lead, out shooting the Maple Leafs 10-7. And yeah, Craig Berube was not happy with his team's performance. They cut to him a few times on the CHSN broadcast, and he was really not happy with the way his team performed in that first period. And now it's time for current odds according to Circa Sports Illinois. Right now, the Blackhawks are minus 300 on the money line. They came in underdogs in this game. The Maple Leafs plus 240 after one period. And the Hawks get the minus a goal and a half as well in their favor. So they completely flipped the lines from the beginning of this game, and just a dominant first period for the Blackhawks, exactly what you wanted to see coming here on a 3-game Canada road trip. It's time for, or hold on, in a more Circa here. Every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will win a $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. And now we'll look around the NHL. 9 other games going on in the NHL tonight on the slates. Let's get right to it. A few early games with the Blackhawks. Here's a little after 6 o'clock puck drop for the Hawks in the first intermission. The Utah Mammoth and the Boston Bruins are tied at 1. Morgan Geekie scored his 23rd goal of the season, continuing his really, really hot start for Boston, helping them having a really strong year. The Bruins hitting Geekie right in the middle of it. Also in the first intermission, the next opponent for the Blackhawks on Thursday, they're traveling to Montreal. Tonight, the Canadiens are facing the Flyers, and they are tied at 1. They are also in the first intermission. In the second period, the Islanders are leading the Red Wings 1-0. Over in New York, the Rangers are trailing the Canucks 1-0. Evander Kane getting a goal for Vancouver. And then over in Columbus, the Blue Jackets leading the Ducks 1-0 in the second intermission. And then the game on TNT. This is an interesting one here. The Oilers and the Penguins. The Oilers have a 2-0 lead. Connor McDavid has scored a goal, but these two teams just made a trade, basically flipping their goaltenders and a few other pieces going back and forth. But this is Stuart Skinner's first start for Pittsburgh, and it comes against the Edmonton Oilers there in Pittsburgh tonight. And Tristan Jarry will be in net as well for the Oilers, making his return already to Pittsburgh. And it's so far Edmonton up 2-0 on the Penguins. Then later tonight, the Minnesota Wild are hosting the Washington Capitals. And then late in San Jose, the Sharks hosting the Flames. And then the second game on TNT, it's the Colorado Avalanche on the road in Seattle against the Kraken. Elsewhere in sports, some college basketball tonight. Northwestern hosting Valparaiso, looking for their second straight win. They're about to tip off in Evanston. That game's on AM 1000. At halftime, St. John's leading DePaul 39-28. Michigan State handling Toledo 73-42 in the second half. And then over in DeKalb, Northern Illinois hosting East-West University. They're about to tip off. Bears have a walkthrough today as they get ready for the Packers on a short week. So these injury updates are a practice estimation since it was a walkthrough. No practice for Andrew Billings, Luther Burden III, Roma Dunze, and Amen Amagaji. Tremaine Edmonds, who they opened the 21-day window for, was limited in his first day. Cole Kmet was also limited with ankle and knee injuries. And then college football bowl season getting going here. Troy faces Jacksonville State in the Salute to Veterans Bowl in Alabama. They get underway later tonight. We got more to get to. 2-0 here in the first intermission. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Hearing I had cancer was devastating. Learning vital organs would be temporarily removed to reach it had me speechless. I'm Jessica. When I found out I had a tumor stretching from my heart to my hip, the first thing I thought of was my family. Then my cancer, cardiology, and transplant team at Northwestern Medicine came up with a plan to save my life.
Nationally ranked for cancer by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital was one of the only hospitals in the nation with the collective expertise to perform Jessica's 10-hour surgery. After temporarily removing her liver and kidney to reach the tumor, they replaced the damaged vein and removed the additional cancer that had grown into her heart.
My team stopped at nothing so that I'm able to be here with my family.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Hyundai's award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs put your safety first. With available class exclusive features like digital key and remote, smart parking assist, plus America's best warranty. See your local Chicago, Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer today or visit HyundaiUSA.com today. Back here in the first intermission, Blackhawks leading the Maple Leafs 1-0. Running short on time here, but we'll go out to Charlie for, I think you with Troy used to do one question for Troy. I think this is a one question for Charlie, or more of a statement, but that was a heck of a road period there for the Blackhawks in that first period.
That was a really solid road period against a kind of a vulnerable Toronto Maple Leafs team right now. And Craig Berube he called out the leadership group after the last game. And so that's a tough period, first period for Toronto, but for the Blackhawks to respond in the way that they did after a 4-0 shutout loss without Connor Bedard on Saturday night against Detroit, I think was a good sign. And so, Hawks up 2-0. I don't think they could have drew it up any better.
I thinking on Berube, they had a few shots on the CHN broadcast, and right after they got the challenge win for the reversing that goal, waving it off, he started yelling at his bench, we have one shot on goal. There's a few other colorful words in there, but the Hawks did just a really good job just kind of controlling the pace, and I think they used the speed like you were saying.
Yeah, no question. And no surprise that Berube did that, because it's been a tough start to this season in Toronto for that squad. By the way, I was looking at the first goal closely. They're still giving this goal to Wyatt Kaiser.
Yeah.
And I was looking at an overhead view, and I think it looked like the shot actually went off of the glove of Joseph Woll and then into the net. So I don't know if it ever touched Dominic Toninato. I looked up, and Wyatt Kaiser was doing the TSN first intermission interview. And so maybe I don't know if Wyatt disclosed whether he thinks it's his goal or not, but they're still crediting it to Wyatt. It's his third goal of the season, 3 goals in 7 games in the last 7 games for Kaiser. So good to see him find the back of the net yet again.
Yeah, a little bit of heater, and that second line and Kaiser picking up the scoring slacks. Hopefully they can keep it going in the second. Charlie, we'll talk to you after that.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks, Jack.
All right, that's Charlie Meliodas. We'll get you set for the second period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place. And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want, how to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
The Lutheran Hour began in 1930. It's the world's longest running Christian outreach radio program. Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 right here on WGN.
Up next, the second period. Here's Jack Heinrich with your recap.
2-0 our score up in Toronto. The Blackhawks leading the Maple Leafs. A very strong first period for the Blackhawks. Wyatt Kaiser still has the goal credited to him from Dominic Toranato. And then Jason Dickinson had a goal. It looked like he had a goal, but it was waved off due to the goalie interference. So Dickinson said, I'll just score one shorthanded style from Ilya Mikheyev and Louis Crevier. 9th assist of the year for Louis Crevier. 2-0 Hawks. We just about get ready for the second period. What's on deck? It's sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Number one in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com as we send it back out to Toronto. The Blackhawks are looking to keep the strong play going as we send it to John Weideman and Charlie Romeliotis up in Toronto.
Yeah, I will take this, Jack, because John is his bathroom break is being a little delayed right now. So I will. The Blackhawks and Maple Leafs are on the ice for the start of the second period. I kept looking at that Wyatt Kaiser goal that I thought was going to be credited to Dominic Toranato. It is still standing as Wyatt Kaiser's goal as we bring back John. And John, I was looking at the replay, and it looked like the overhead view of the Wyatt Kaiser goal looks like the puck went off of Joseph Wool's glove, and then that's why it kind of made that weird turn into the net. And so I think it is going to stand as Wyatt Kaiser's goal. This should be his third goal in 7 games for Wyatt.
Yeah, not bad at all. Either way, the Hawks have a 2-0 lead as we head into the second period. Face-off at center ice is controlled by the Leafs. Morgan Riley, Leaf blue line with a pass ahead for Dakota Joshua at center. He deflects it down behind the Hawk net. Spencer Knight clears it around up the near side. Jason Dickinson knocked down from behind by Joshua, who seems to be in a predatory type of a mode as he runs into Wyatt Kaiser. Hawks clear their end. Dickinson at center ice gave it to Kaiser over the Leaf line down the left wing. Kaiser to the corner, shoved into the corner boards there by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Bertuzzi comes in to offer some assistance. An outnumbered situation takes place here. Leafs outnumbering the Hawks in that corner. Now Kaiser, actually Nazar is able to skewer the puck out, put it out to the deep slot. Burakovsky, he'll carry over to the right point. Unloads it toward the net, blocked in front. Nazar to the rebound, had it knocked off his stick. And now Nicholas Waugh will gain center ice with the puck. Hands it off to Joshua. He'll clear it off the left wing boards and down. Leafs get a line change. Frank Nazar into the Leafs zone, left wing side. Tried to put the puck in between the circles. This is picked off, however, by the Leafs. William Nylander, Leafs leading scorer, passing to Troy Stetcher over the Hawk blue line on the right wing. Spins it down behind the net. Crevier gave it there up the right wing side to Jason Dickinson. And now Dickinson to the far corner, banks the puck behind the Hawk net. Vlasic to Mikheyev up the left wing. To center ice. He'll dump it lazily down the boards and in behind the Leaf net. Joseph Woll out to play it. Shot it around. Was knocked down momentarily with a high stick by Dickinson, but the Leafs get control and come out. Nylander to the Hawk zone, right circle, put it in for Knives on a redirected shot on goal. Turned out of there by Spencer Knight. Outstanding save by Spencer Knight. Murphy behind the Hawk net escapes with the puck to the far corner. He lifts it through the air and down into the Leafs zone. The Hawks will go for a line change as the Leafs get the puck back in their end. Henry Thrun along the right side boards. Passing out to center ice to John Tavares. To Simon Benoit. He turned the puck over at the Hawk blue line to the Hawk Nick Lardis. Lifts it into the Leafs zone. Oliver Moore moves down the slot and fires, and a kick save made by Wall. And the puck taken back by the Leafs. Tavares put it over the center ice circle. Robertson there's it into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Del Mastro slaps it up the boards, but right to Bobby McCann. And McCann from the right wing circle put the puck into the right wing corner. Tavares took it away from Grizzly. Morgan Riley fires from the top of the left circle. That goes wide. Then Tavares tried to play the puck off the inboards and sneak it through his own feet and get a little shot away to beat Spencer Knight. But Knight plopped on the puck in the crease and held it. We get a whistle. 17-22 now remains in the second here. Toronto still 2-0 Hawks.
All Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Another entertaining start to the period here in the second with Toronto. Dakota Joshua late, I think, 3 hits on that first shift of the period. They end up getting a nice chance. Matthew Knies with a big save by Spencer Knight, and then the Hawks go the other way. Oliver Moore with a grade A scoring opportunity. So some action here early in the second.
Easton Cowan for the Toronto Maple Leafs, creating havoc in the far corner Hawks zone. The Hawks escape. Toninato at center ice to Ryan Donato. Trying to give it back to Dominic Toninato, but it's off his stick to center ice. And now Grzelcyk in front of the Hawks bench. Winds the puck down the glass deep into the Leafs zone on a delayed offside situation. The Leafs clear their end, and it's into the Hawks zone to Lawton along the left board, but reaching around him, Grzelcyk pokes it to center ice. Lawton again will fire it down the left side boards behind the Hawk net. Knight stopping it for Kaiser. He sweeps the puck around up the left wing to Colton Dock, who has the distinction, Charlie, of scoring the 1900th goal against the Maple Leafs in Hawks history. That was his first game-winning goal back at the United Center. Pass by Henry, thrown up the right wing, misses everybody, and icing's going to be the call here against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer. The face-off is going to come to the right of Joseph, to the left of Joseph Woll. Frank Nazar's line pops out.
Nazar facing off against Nicholas Waugh. Waugh wins the face-off and carries the puck out. Waugh at center ice, dumps it to the right wing corner Hawk zone. Tried to run Del Mastro through the boards from behind, but Del Mastro is able to clear it around. Burakovsky with a pass out to Nazar center ice, broken up by the Leafs' Max Domi. Jake McCabe over the center ice circle. Tosses the puck off the inboards Hawk zone. Spencer Knight plays it to the far side, but now taken away by the Leafs. Matthew Knies behind the net. Put it out in front. The slide through to the high slot. A shot by Stetcher. Blocker save made by Knight. Nylander the puck behind the Hawk net. Here's Nylander around to the left wing corner. He'll carry up the left wing boards toward the point and then fire. Murphy blocked it out near the blue line. Andrei Burakovsky takes the puck back, races to center, and dumps it off the right corner boards in the Leaf zone. And Jake McCabe will take it back and whip it up the right wing side, Leaf line to Nylander. Rink White passed to Knies into the Hawk zone. He tried to jam a pass through, deflected away to McCabe. Over the Leaf line to Teravainen, top of the left circle. To McCabe, in the right circle, and the pass skipped over his stick. Dickinson got it back at the right point. Spins it down to the right wing corner. McCabe there. Back to Crevier, right point. Tried to poke check the puck down to the corner, but Tavares took the puck away for the Leafs. Carries to center ice. Dumps it into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Vlasic put the puck behind the net. Crevier will wind it back in behind up the near side. Held in by Ekman Larson, right point. Put it down to Tavares, back of the Hawk net. And he's given a bear hug into the glass there by Crevier. Puck comes free around the near side. Held in by Morgan Riley now at the right point. Long wrist shot from there. And Spencer Knight goes down in the butterfly position. Uses his stick and deflects that puck up into the protected netting. 2-0 Hawks.
Boy, McCabe would have had a wide open net off the pass from Teuvo Teravainen, but the puck just hopped over his stick. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to get a shot off. A couple of nice saves early in this period by Spencer Knight, John. And I was digging into some of the numbers. Spencer Knight this season, following a loss, he is 7-2-2 with a .935 save percentage for Chicago this season. So he's really good at rebounding after a start or after a loss that he has started in, which is always a positive sign for a goaltender, how they respond to a tough one.
Oh, yeah. If the goaltender is fragile, maybe he doesn't get back on that horse for a couple of games. That could take a team out of playoff contention. That's why playoff goaltenders, they're on teams that usually win regularly. Back inside the Hawk zone, Matt Grzelcyk, Hawk line, right wing side, passing to Kaiser, center ice on the left wing. To Oliver Moore in over the Leaf line to the left wing corner. He turned the puck over to the Leaf, Steven Lorentz. Ekman Larson shot it over the center ice circle. Grzelcyk stepping up, slapped that away. Now Cowan of the Leafs will spin it back down to the far corner Hawk end. Grzelcyk back to get it. Here's Matt Grislick now, moving up the left wing side. Passing ahead, Ryan Green at center ice. Oliver Moore over the Leaf line, left point. He shot it across for Nick Lardis. It's taken away by the Leaf, Simon Benoit, who clears to the line, but then it was pushed down by Green to the corner, and the Leafs now take the puck back in their end. Benoit along the left boards. Banks a pass up the left wing side for Max Domi. He and Connor Murphy lock up in front of the Leafs bench, and the puck leaves the ice surface and ends up in the crowd. Hawks 2, Leafs no score with 13:41 left in the second here in Toronto. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Marquette Bank has been Chicagoland's neighborhood bank for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. Marquette Bank is here to help you build savings, buy a home, plan for retirement. Marquette Bank is here to help you achieve your financial goals. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
December isn't just the holiday season, it's one of the most exciting times to wager. With the NFL playoff race heating up and college bowl season underway, there's never been a better moment to jump into the action with Circa Sports Illinois. Circa delivers high limits, low holds, and unmatched customer service, built for people who want to win big. From NBA and NHL action to college bowls and the NFL playoff push, Circa Sports has you covered. Don't wait. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app today at circasports.com.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
Hey, it's Connor Bedard. Break's over. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Get well soon, Connor.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks are kicking off their Banner Years chapter on Sunday, January 4th. Make sure to join us at the United Center as we take on the Vegas Golden Knights in a Western Conference showdown. That's not all. The first 8,000 fans will receive an exclusive Brent Seabrook bobblehead presented by United. Puck drops at 6 o'clock. Secure your spot now at blackhawks.com/tickets.
Brent Seabrook was the anchor of the Blackhawks defense for all those great years, the great championship years. And everybody knew him as the guy that played with Duncan Keith. And we got a penalty coming up here. But Brent Seabrook, boy, you talk about a guy that put his heart on the line every single game. I don't think I ever saw a game where Brent Seabrook didn't come to play. So good on you, Siebes, if you might be listening. Now he'll be honored thusly with the bobblehead, so come and get that. Dakota Joshua is going to get 2 minutes. Hawks are going to get their first Citgo power play of the game, Charlie. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Citgo. Download the app now and start saving.
And the Blackhawks do not have Artem Levshunov in this game. He's a healthy scratch because he was late to practice yesterday. So Matt Grislick is quarterbacking this first power play unit, and it'll be Wyatt Kaiser quarterbacking the second unit tonight.
So now here's Nazar trying to work the puck free from Stephen Lawrence in the left wing circle in the Leaf zone, and this comes free in on Wall, and he'll plop on it and hold it. We'll get another face-off in the circle to Wall's right.
Looked like Nazar and Lawrence were John a little bit after that play. Didn't see exactly what happened, but
now the draw comes right in on Wall again. This time he turns it wide with the stick, and the Leafs are back up ice shorthanded. Lawrence over the Hawk line to Lawton, left circle, moves in and fires. Oh, and Spencer Knight was able to get down in front of that, turn it wide with a butterfly save. Burakovsky breaking back through center over the Leaf line now. Tried to toss the puck down to the corner. Lawrence broke that up, put the puck into the corner. Stetcher will clear behind the Leaf net. Jake McCabe takes the puck and slings it all the way down. 1:17 on the Hawk power play. Grislick carrying out toward the Hawk blue line, drops it behind himself between the circles. Burakovsky, he gains center ice, gave the puck to Frank Nazar. Whips it down the right side boards behind the Leaf net to the left wing corner. Tyler Bertuzzi there. Leads the NHL in road power play goals. Nazar held it in to Burakovsky, put it to the line. Grislick to Nick Lardis along the right boards, leaving it there for Bertuzzi. To Lardis, top of the right wing circle, to Bertuzzi, right wing corner. He'll slowly move into the right circle, give it to Grzelcyk at the line. To Bertuzzi, top of the right circle, tried to snap it on goal, blocked. Nazar collects in his skate, kicks it to his stick and fires. That's blocked. Grzelcyk from the line. To Burakovsky, top of the left circle. Tried to send it over for Lardis in the right circle, but one of the Leafs got a stick in there, deflecting that one up and out of play. We're down to 31 seconds left on the Hawk power play. With 11:56 left in the second here in Toronto, it's 2-0 Hawks.
Oh, that seam was open. Burakovsky was looking for the one-timer. Lardis is kind of just in between the face-off circle and the goal line. He would have had a good angle at it, but a nice stick by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Hawks are a little fortunate that they didn't allow a shorthanded goal. The puck squirted underneath Spencer Knight, and instead of going behind him, it ended up going wide to the net. So there could have been two shorties in this game, one from both teams.
Yeah, Lawton is a tremendous penalty killer for the Leafs. Here's Ryan Donato weaving down the right wing to the corner Leaf zone to Teravainen. He spun it across left circle to Green, to the line Kaiser, to Teravainen, to Green, left wing circle again. To Kaiser in the high slot with 4 to Teravainen. He'll fire from the top of the right circle. That goes wide. Kaiser took it back left point, spun it down in front of the net. Here's Donato. Got away a chance, but it's turned out of there by Wall. Leafs at full strength. Lorentz into the Hawk zone, right wing side. Kaiser stepped in front of him and poked the puck free, and then is hit behind the net by a couple of Leafs. And Hawks will clear their end as Doc is to center ice in front of the Hawks bench. And he'll backhand the puck deep along the boards and deep into the Leaf end. Leafs will now clear their end. Nylander carrying right wing at center ice. Flings it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Spencer Knight out to play it there. Put it back around up the left wing side. It's into McKay, skates. Kicked free to Crevier now behind the net. Strokes it around the right wing boards. And this topples off of Austin Matthews to center ice. Matthews will go back and get the puck at the Leaf blue line. Now Simone Benoit, actually Henry Thrun made a pass out to center ice. This is taken away by Ekman Larson in front of the penalty boxes. He misses on a pass now for Matthews, and this goes down, and icing is the call against the Leafs. Leafs looking pretty disorganized here, as are the Hawks at times. So it's still 2-0 in favor of the Hawks.
Yeah, it's been a quiet crowd tonight here in Toronto because the Maple Leafs haven't given them much to cheer for. The Boothbirds were out early on at the end of that first period. So we'll see if the Hawks can make sure that this crowd stays quiet. The face-off is going to be to the right. It's the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4 Seasons.
Leafs get control. Knives down the left wing. Hawk zone will wire a shot in on goal, and Spencer Knight is down with a butterfly save, and he'll hold it. The whistle and the face-off to the circle to the right of Spencer Knight. Austin Matthews won that draw pretty decidedly against Nazar. Let's see if Frank can step in and wrestle this one away. Get a new line out there for Toronto. Tavares, one of the best face-off men in the National Hockey League. He's above 60% this season on draws. Couple of number 91s, Tavares and Nazar face off. The drop of the puck, Nazar wins it. To Del Mastro back of the Hawk net. Passing up the left wing, Bertuzzi. He'll clear to center ice. Leafs get the puck back at their blue line. Here's Jake McCabe again, the former Hawk, snapping it down the boards into the Hawk zone. Puck slides behind the net up the near side. Stetcher at the right point, put it down to the right wing corner. Robertson put it in front of the net. And a great play made by Nazar to lift Tavares' stick, and the puck goes harmlessly wide. Knight has lost his goal stick to the far corner, skates over to get it. Now back in the Leaf zone. Here's Del Mastro left point. Put the puck down in behind the Leaf net. It was intended for Bertuzzi. Stetcher instead took it away for Toronto. Clearing to center ice. Del Mastro took the puck in front of the penalty boxes. Head to Frank Nazar. He'll skewer it across the rink and then get off on a change as the Leafs get the puck back. McCabe passing up the right wing at center ice for Tavares. Sent it across the rink. Dakota Joshua down the left wing into the Hawk zone. Runs into Colton Dock. Spins it down behind the net. And Murphy winds it up the near side to Donato. He'll pass it along the boards into the Leaf zone. Doc chasing down Simone Benoit. Nails him behind the net with a body check. The Leafs come out of their end, however. Domi with a pass ahead. Nicholas Waugh crossing the Hawk line on the right wing. He got ahead of the puck, taken away by Grzelcyk. To Doc up the left wing center ice. to Ryan Donato into the Leaf zone. Turning away from a check from Benoit along the right boards. Tried to pass the puck off. It's picked off and then taken back by Doc. He stripped it away at the line. Moves down the left wing and fires. And Henry Thrun blocks that. And Doc spins it back behind the net around to the right point. Matt Grzelcyk there. Sent it in behind the Leaf net. Dominic Toninato leaning on Benoit. Ryan Donato got the puck. Donato to Kaiser left point. Back to Donato along the left wing boards. To Toninato on the left corner. Now to Doc back of the net. Winds it around to the right point to Grzelcyk. Long wrist shot from there. Kick save made by Wall. And the Leafs get it back. Here's Domi. Passing it out to Wall. Hawk blue line. He'll just toss it down in behind the net and get off on a change. The Hawks get the puck back.
I thought Colton Doc had an opportunity to shoot that puck earlier in the shift, but he tried passing it over to Ryan Donato, but the pass was blocked, and so the Hawks don't end up getting a scoring opportunity on either play.
Easton Cowan of the Leafs sends the puck to the inboards Hawk zone. Murphy sheds the check, took the puck away, and with a backhanded flip sends the puck all the way down. And there's the whistle for icing against the Hawks. So face-off will come down in the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle to Spencer Knight's right.
Toronto's first line of Matthews, Nylander, and Matthew Nyes come out here for the offensive zone draw against the youthful line of Oliver Moore, Ryan Green, and Nick Lardis. So a big face-off coming up here for Ryan Green.
Drop of the puck, and Matthews wins it, but pulls it out of the Hawk zone and back down ice into the Leaf end. Goaltender Wall came out to the far circle to play it across the rink. Ekman Larson ahead to Matthews' Hawk line. Put it into the right wing corner. Nylander slaps the puck behind the net, but it rolls up the far side. Louis Crevier's got it. Passes rink wide. Dickinson over the Leaf line to McKayev left point. A drive from there, and a glove save is made by Wall, and he'll hold the puck. 7:21 left in period number 2 here in Toronto. It's still the Hawks 2 and the Leafs no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
1 foot on the farm and 1 foot in the city. Lisa Dent, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Hi, this is Dave Muzo, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe, power outage, furnace failure, no hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protect and Grow blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
Before and after every Bears game, tune into Happen OB right here on 720 WGN.
It's go time.
Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, official truck partner of the Chicago Bears.
Give the gift of Blackhawks hockey this holiday season with our Centennial 2-pack ticket deal. Whether you are treating yourself or looking for the ultimate gift, our 2-pack offer lets you pick the 2 select January games starting at $100. This deal is only offered for a limited time. Please visit blackhawks.com/holidays for all details. There are quite a few home games in January this season, John.
Yeah, a lot to choose from. I don't know how many kids will still be back from school, Char. I mean, when you think about the holidays, kids are always home from school after finals, and high school's out, doesn't reconvene for a while. Even the grade schools, it's different how they do things now. So a lot of kids available, and then they go back to schools, and then, okay, we need the good fans to come out, and we got the greatest fans in the world. So I'm sure they're going to be there. Here's Bobby McCann, bottom of the left circle, Hawk zone, snapping a shot to the net. Turned out with a pad save. Follow-up shot from Robertson from that same area, and Knight got 2 for the money, knocking it wide. In behind the net. Vlasic wins the battle for the puck, put the puck up the near boards. Stetcher pinching from the right point to the half boards, held it in deep to the corner. Now Vlasic will claim it again. Passing ahead to center ice to Burakovsky. This is into his skates and deflects into the right wing corner. He's ridden into the corner boards there by McKay, but Bertuzzi's got the puck right circle. Out to Kaiser at the line. Deep slot. Moves at left wing corner. Dickinson. Dickinson around to the right circle, return and fire. And that looked like it hit Wall up high in the shoulder. Hawks get it back. Here's Burakovsky. Top of the right circle. Put it down to Dickinson beside the net. Knocked off his stick. Dickinson reclaims the puck now at the left point with some hard work. Put it down to the corner. Taken away by Troy Stetcher. He'll pass it down the ice into the Hawk zone. Nylander beat all the Hawks to the dots and the Hawk end, so no icing. Puck lays against the end boards. Nylander's got his stick blade pressed against the puck and now kicks it free to Matthews, who carries out the near side and tried to wrap around, or tried to pass it anyway, and it deflects into the crease. And Spencer Knight plops on it with a glove and holds it. 5:43 left in period number 2 here in Toronto. It's still 2-0 Hawks. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or united.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
This holiday, make someone's whole year. At Rogers & Hollins, you'll find the perfect jewelry and watches for everyone on your list, even your pickiest trendsetter or the guy who's impossible to shop for. Their big holiday sale is happening now. Huge savings and holiday dough to boost at Rogers & Hollins. Shop today at fornowandforever.com.
Rogers and Hollins, for now and forever.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
If it happens in Chicago, we know about it. The Lisa Dent Show. Weekdays 2 to 6. Now back to the game.
Time now for Who's Hot, Who's Cold, sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. Who's Hot? Connor McDavid, a 5-game point streak. He has 16 points over that stretch, 7 goals, 9 assists. Who's Cold? The Pittsburgh Penguins are on a 5-game winless skid. They blew a 5-1 third period lead to San Jose on Saturday and lost in overtime. And then they followed that up by blowing a 3-0 lead in the third period to Utah, John, and lost both of those games in overtime. And by the way, both Pittsburgh and Edmonton are facing each other tonight. Okay. Stuart Skinner is in net for Pittsburgh, Tristan Jarry for Edmonton. So we know they were traded for each other over the weekend. So they get a quick look at each other in different uniforms.
Little musical goaltenders, if you like. You're going to have to get a hold of Joe Brand and find out what's going on in Steeltown.
Joe will be in town in Chicago in a couple of weeks.
Great friend Joe Brand, who is now a father, by the way. So congratulations to the Brand family. Here's Ilya Mikheyev into the Leaf zone. Right circle, turns to fire a shot that hit Teravainen. Crevier in deep with the puck behind the net. Thanks to the left point. Vlasic fires, redirected in on goal by Mikheyev, but then a save made by the goaltender Wall with the pads, and then he plops the puck and holds on to it there. Some good pressure there by the Hawks. I love to see Louis Crevier activating from the point as he does and getting down deep in the offensive zone. I mean, I think it just strikes fear to the hearts of opponents.
Yeah, and using that shot of his as well, giving it up to Alex Vlasic. And how about the chaos in front of the net, too, by that line with Dickinson, Teravainen, and Mikheyev? Again, that's going to be something that will be a point of emphasis for the Blackhawks. Without Connor Bedard is scoring the greasy goals and wreaking havoc in front of the net. It didn't result in a goal for the Blackhawks on that shift just now, but it did result and a scoring chance. And so do more of that, I think, would be the message if you're the Blackhawks coaching staff.
Simon Benoit off the faceoff, carries the puck out of the Leaf zone at the left wing. Gave it to Joshua in the Hawk zone. He's caught from behind by Colton Dock. Got the puck to Ryan Donato, who lifts it clear to the Leaf blue line. Henry Thrun there for Toronto. Sent it ahead toward the Hawk line on the right wing. Max Domi digs the puck out. Now Dock fighting for possession. Took it away from Waugh into the Leaf zone down the left wing side. And he snapped off a shot that deflects up and out of play. And now Henry Thrun and Colton Dock do a little push and shove. And the linesman jump in. Now Max Domi looking to get into it with Dominic Toninato behind the Hawk net. And there's a linesman on that scene as well.
Good discipline here by the Blackhawks not to feed into these extracurricular activities, because Toronto has not had much jump in this game. I mean, the Matthews line has been solid, but outside of that, there hasn't been much to cheer for. And so if you're the Blackhawks, make sure that you play between the whistles and don't feed into that extracurricular activities to give Toronto any sort of momentum in this game.
Charlie, the Blackhawks 14 for 31 on draws against the Leafs for 45%, which, I mean, truth be told, that's not bad against the top face-off team in the league. They've held their own here tonight. Face-off circle to the right of Joseph Woll. And Ryan Green slaps it to the near boards. Puck taken away by Easton Cowan of the Leafs, and he'll skate at the center ice. Good-looking young prospect dumping the puck into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Hill Mastro had it in his skates, but pulled out of there by the Leafs. Scott Lawton leaving it for Steven Lorentz in the right wing corner. Put it back to the right point. Henry Thrun couldn't handle the pass. It ends up at center ice. Thrun moves it over to Benoit. He'll dish it down the left sideboards behind the Hawk net. Lawton put a check on Murphy, but Murphy put a pass up the right wing to Lardis. Rink-wide pass to Del Mastro. He's over the Leaf line on the left wing and just tosses the puck down to the corner. Taken away by Stetcher, clears it out to the line. Lardis held it in at the left point. He'll work it down behind the net, and it ends up in the far corner. Stetcher pokes the puck to center ice. Hawks take it back. Ryan Green in front of the Hawks bench takes a handoff from Grzelcyk and dumps it slowly down in behind the Leaf net. Thrun back to get it there for the Leafs. Head to Lorentz at center ice to Tavares over the Hawk blue line. His stick was given a chop by that of Burakovsky of the Hawks. He moves it up ice. Nazar over the Leaf line, left wing, cuts back across the slot and fires. That hit McCabe. McCabe is the leading shot blocker for the Leafs. Loose puck in the right wing corner. Andre Burakovsky got it there. Foltz at left point. Kaiser, long wrist shot. Butterfly save made there by Woll. And the rebound spun on goal by Nazar, but down as Woll in the crease to stop that with his pads. And just pin the puck to the paint of the crease and hold on. We get a whistle. Face-off will be in the circle to his right.
Great shift by Frank Nazar. Had a couple of chances. One of them, as John mentioned, was blocked by Jason McCabe. But even on the follow-up a few seconds later, it looked like he tried getting the puck back over to Tyler Bertuzzi. It was kind of like a shot pass, backhanded. He didn't really see where it was going, but Joseph Woll covered it. Right before that, Wyatt Kaiser walks one in and tries to get his second of the night. So solid shift by the Blackhawks, and they're keeping that Nazar line out there.
Now Matthews wins another faceoff. Leafs come out of their end, led by Matthew Nyes into the Hawk zone. Surrounded by a couple of Hawks. Puck poke checked away by Grzelcyk to center. Ekman Larson flips it back into the near corner Hawk end. Grzelcyk with a pass up the left wing to Kaiser. He'll bank it off the boards down into the Leaf end. Here's Ekman Larson with it at the Leaf blue line. Passing over to Morgan Riley of center ice on the left wing, front of the benches. He dumps it down behind the Hawk net. Knight plays it ahead. Here's McCabe at center ice on the right wing. Bats the puck off the boards into the Toronto zone. Ekman Larson behind his net. To Stetcher near corner. He'll leave it behind the Leaf net for Ekman Larson, the one-time Phoenix Coyote. Yep, back when they used to call him the Phoenix Coyotes. Moving it ahead, Nylander at center ice to Stetcher over the Hawk line down the right wing. Played his college hockey in North Dakota. He's checked off the puck behind the net, and McCabe will clear it off the boards down to the Leaf blue line. Jake McCabe there. Works it ahead to the Hawk blue line. Nicholas Robertson sends the puck down in front of the Hawk net. Kaiser sweeps it up the left wing side. Ilya McCabe racing into the Leaf zone. Hit behind the net by McCabe. Tried to put the puck out in front. This is picked off by Nylander. He'll lift it through the air to the Hawk blue line. Alex Vlasic. Bank pass ahead to Ilya McCabe. He steps into the Leaf zone at the right point. Flips the puck down behind the net. Around it goes into the near corner. And Tavares put it up the right wing side to Nylander. He goes rink wide with a pass to McKay. He'll spin it back across the boards and down in behind the Hawk net. Kaiser eliminates Robertson so that Crevier can get the puck and clear it down into the Leafs zone. And the Leafs will regroup and start their breakout. 1:30 left on the clock for the second period. It's the Hawks 2 and the Leafs no score. Now Crevier takes a loose puck, Hawk blue line. Steps ahead, fires it down the boards in behind the Leaf net. Round it goes to the near side to Riley. He'll send it back in behind and up the far side. Bobby McCann turned it over at the line. Let's see what we get here. We got too many men on the ice, so interference is going to be the call. And one of the Hawks is going to get the gate here. I believe that's Alex Vlasic.
Chicago number 72, 2-minute minor penalty, interference.
Woo! It's kind of looked a bit like a pretty late call. I saw a Toronto Maple Leaf player laying on the ice, and there was no arm up, and several seconds went by before a whistle actually blew. And so I wonder if it was the officials just kind of going based off what the Toronto Maple Leafs bench was barking at. They may have been right, but it doesn't look like Jeff Blashill is happy with the late call either.
So this penalty at 18:44 of period number 2 gives the Leafs their second power play opportunity on the game. Face off in the Hawk zone, ends up along the end boards. Crevier doing a thing called the Crevier crab, Charlie, where he just sort of gets down on one knee and pins the puck to the dasher and milks the penalty clock. He's done it effectively several times. Now the puck comes free at the left point. Here's a shot from Nylander that skips wide of the Hawk net, and with his blocker hand, Spencer Knight reaches behind the net and pins the puck to the side of the net for the whistle. Crevier crab. What do you think of that?
Crab.
He's 6'8", and when he gets down in that position, what he does is he just eliminates the possibility that an opponent can pull the puck free with their stick. They can't toe drag it out of there. They can't stab it out of there. He's got the perfect angle on it.
I mean, that's exactly what it looked like.
We're going to see a lot of that, I think. Here's Tavares firing from the left circle Hawk zone. That's over the net around the glass, held in by Matthews, right point. To Riley, left point, to Nylander, bottom of the left circle. To the line now, Riley. To Nylander at the top of the left wing circle. Here's Nylander, put it down to the corner. And Nyes climbs in front, fires, turned wide. Nylander, a follow-up shot. Murphy blocked that one away. Hawks can't clear the zone. Riley, right point. Leaves it along the near boards for Matthews, but Kaiser with a brilliant play, reaching around Matthews and slapping the puck down into the Leaf end. Riley carrying back up ice through center ice over the Hawk line on the left wing, where he's driven hard into the boards by Murphy. And now Riley back on his feet in the slot, fires, and that hit the skate of Nyes in front. 3 seconds for the period. Tavares left circle. Put a saucer pass across, picked off by Mikheyev, and he'll clear it down as the horn sounds ending play here in period 2. So the Blackhawks are going to take a 2-0 lead into the dressing rooms after 40 minutes. They've outshot the Maple Leafs 16-15 so far in the hockey game and still have 44 seconds of penalty time to kill off. But well done so far.
Got the entire Blackhawks bench going out to fist bump Wyatt Kaiser for his penalty kill effort there. The Toronto Maple Leafs, that first unit, they were generating some offensive zone time and some chances, and there were some big block shots by Kaiser, by Connor Murphy, a big save by Spencer Knight. And so fortunately the Blackhawks were able to get out of that period still up 2-0, because we all know those late period goals can change the momentum of the game. And so the Toronto Maple Leafs are now have to head into this second intermission still looking for their first goal of the game.
Charlie, I'm going to say this, in the history of hockey, I don't know too many teams that have had one player win games for them. I mean, obviously there are guys that can score goals. Wayne Gretzky comes to mind. Alexander Ovechkin comes to mind. Great players, but they can't do it alone. And for a team to win hockey games, it takes a team effort. And guys contribute in their own ways. And the guy I want to talk about right now before we send it away is Connor Murphy. In that last sequence, that crazy sequence inside the Blackhawks end and that penalty kill, he laid down and blocked 2 shots. That's his contribution. People might say, well, you didn't make the score sheet any other way but block shots. But those 2 block shots could have been the difference in the game. And you never see anybody write about that. You never see anybody talk about that except for people like me that are just, I don't know, just love the game of hockey. But I I have to acknowledge, I think we'd be remiss if we don't acknowledge those kinds of efforts because they all contribute to victory.
Yeah, and he laid a really big hit on Morgan Riley along the glass with about 20 seconds left on that penalty kill. So it was a really solid penalty kill there for number 5 in white and also with Wyatt Kaiser as well. But Murphy, that's exactly what you want from him is you want him to be a solid penalty killer. You want him to be physical. You want him to be a defensive-minded guy that will to be the veteran presence inside that locker room, but also on the ice. And so that's exactly what no surprise that he is one of those dependable penalty killers for the Blackhawks, and he delivered in a big way.
Charlie, before we send it away quickly, I want to recognize a gentleman that's popped into our booth. This is you come to Toronto, folks, and it's like the who's who is here. And Mike Zeisberger, who writes for NHL.com, a friend of mine, has been kind enough to pop into the booth. We're not going to put him on mic because if we did, Zeiss would be here talking hockey until what time we get off? Yeah. Anyway, it's just good to see him and everybody else whenever we come to Toronto. 2-0 in favor of the Blackhawks after 2 periods here in Toronto. Jack Heinrich is standing by Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report. That's going to be followed by third period action with the Hawks looking to take 2 big road points and get back into the win column at the expense of the Maple Leafs. Find out if that can all happen in a little while. Stick around. 2-0 Hawks after 2. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we understand it's not just our next-door neighbors who inspire us every day. It's our neighbors across the country, across all communities. And while Blue Cross has been your one local and trusted healthcare partner for nearly 90 years, it's our wide scope of products, services, and technologies that allows us to have a deeper understanding for everyone, everywhere, empowering whole-person health with compassion and innovation, one member at a time. It's that unique Blue Cross service and commitment through all stages of life that connects us hand in hand, ensuring you always have access to the highest quality, affordable healthcare with that personal touch, always finding new ways to deliver on our oldest promise, to keep you at the center of everything we do. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911. Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Jack Heinrich with your intermission update.
Still 2-0 up in Toronto. The Blackhawks leading the Maple Leafs 2-0 after 2. And they did a good job there on that. They still have a little bit of penalty kill time to start that third period, but they held off a big push there from the Maple Leafs. We'll have 44 seconds on the power play when we get going in the third period, but still 2-0. Blackhawks, not much happening in that second period, but the Hawks still doing a good job up 2-0. Spencer Knight been really solid in net so far for the Blackhawks, stopping all 15 shots for the Maple Leafs. So he's been really good. Like Charlie said, I don't remember the exact numbers, but he's been really good after he lost that he started in, and he's keeping that trend going right now. But 2-0 our score, second intermission. Jack Heinrich filling in for Charlie. We'll talk to him in a little bit. Let's look at this period's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. Now's your opportunity to find health insurance that fits your budget at getcoveredillinois.gov. Open enrollment ends January 15th. We'll go with that a shorthanded goal by Jason Dickinson. The Hawks on the penalty kill, able to create a 3-on-1 on the penalty kill. You don't see that very much, but Ilya Mikheyev and Louis Crevier getting in on the goal as well. And then Dickinson, who had a goal waved off there, was able to put one home and give the Hawks this 2-goal lead right now in a really low-scoring, tight game. That's been a big play for the Blackhawks in this one. Now let's look around the NHL tonight. A busy slate, 9 other games other than the Blackhawks will go to Boston. They are leading 2-1 over the Utah Mammoth in the second intermission. And Morgan Geekie again has another goal. He's got both goals for Boston tonight, and they lead 2-1 over the Mammoth. Over in Montreal, the Blackhawks' next opponent, the Canadiens, hosting the Flyers. And it's the Flyers in the second intermission leading 3-1 over the Canadiens. Trevor Zegras with a goal for Philadelphia. Over in Detroit, the Islanders are still leading the Red Wings 1-0. They're just getting set for the third period. Also getting set for the third period in New York, the Canucks have a 2-0 lead over the Rangers. Then in Columbus, 3-2 game in the third period with the Blue Jackets leading the Ducks in this one, and they just got underway in the third period. Over on TNT, the Oilers have a 4-2 lead over the Penguins. Tough start for Stuart Skinner, his first start with Pittsburgh, and it's against his former team, and they've put 4 goals on him, and they're in the second period right now. And in the game, Leon Draisaitl got his 1,000th point, being the first German-born player to get 1,000 points. He got it on a secondary assist on a Zach Hyman power play goal in the first period. So congrats to Leon Draisaitl, 1,000 points. 5th fastest skater outside of North America to hit the milestone, and then first German player to do that. So 4-2 Edmonton leading the Penguins. Tristan Jarry in net for Edmonton. His return already back to Pittsburgh after the trade with him and Stuart Skinner being traded for each other over the weekend. Underway in Minnesota in the first intermission, the Wild are leading the Capitals 1-0. Vladimir Tarasenko with the goal there in the first intermission. And then later tonight, San Jose Sharks are hosting the Calgary Flames. And then the second of the TNT doubleheader has the Kraken hosting the Avalanche. Elsewhere in sports, Northwestern leading Valparaiso 39-30 at halftime, looking for their second straight win. They're over on AM 1000. St. John's leading DePaul 75-60 in the second half. Michigan State blows out Toledo 92-69. And then Northern Illinois all over East West University 59-25 at halftime. Some injury updates for the Bears playing the Packers this week on a short week on Saturday. They hosted a walkthrough, so these practice estimations are an estimation because it was a walkthrough. Andrew Billings, Luther Burden III, Roma Duze, and Amen Amagaji all did not practice on Tuesday. Tremaine Edmonds was limited, though. He's working his way back at the IR window open for him, the 3-week window, and we'll see if he's able to come back on Saturday. It would be a big boost to the Bears defense. And then Cole Kmet was also limited. He had a foot or an ankle and knee injury that he's working through. We'll see what more happens tomorrow when the Bears get on the practice field. Cubs are reportedly bringing back lefty reliever Caleb Thielbar. Thielbar had a 2.67 ERA in 67 games last year with the Cubs. Up in Toronto, it's 2-0. Blackhawks leading the Maple Leafs. We'll bring in Charlie Meliodas for a period recap. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Andy Mazer. We're your home for the Blackhawks, Northwestern football and basketball, the NFL, and Happen OB. This is AM 720 WGN Chicago.
Getting health insurance that fits your budget isn't easy.
At Get Covered Illinois, we are here to help.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
A place where health insurers compete for your business. A website where you can compare multiple health plans and pricing in one place.
And where you can connect to financial help and free in-person assistance.
Because you deserve insurance. GetCoveredIllinois.gov. We're here to help.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here.
I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yingling brings both. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
Back here in the second intermission, Blackhawks leading the Maple Leafs 2-0. They're out shooting them 16-15. Spencer Knight has stopped all 15 shots. We'll go up to Toronto and bring in Charlie Meliodas. And Charlie, not a lot happening in that second period, but the Hawks still hanging on to this lead and still playing pretty well.
Yeah, usually when the Maple Leafs of the last 10 years, they've been a really good rush team, with especially when Mitch Marner was here. But under Sheldon Keefe, they were a lot. They were fast. They were generating a lot of rush chances. But now they're more of a tight checking, physical, dump and chase team, and so we don't see as many entertaining hockey games with the Maple Leafs over the last year or so. And so in this game, the Blackhawks are kind of playing that tight checking game as well, and they're capitalizing on the speed that they have. But I think Spencer Knight's been really solid in this one. But I think defensively, the Hawks have done a really good job at limiting Toronto and Toronto's high quality scoring chances.
What did you think of the new look power play? I mean, not much going on, but different look. What'd you see?
Yeah, not too much going on. I know they generated 4 shot attempts. Only one of them hit the net, and I think they were credited with a high danger chance. But yeah, I'd like to see the Blackhawks maybe try to get one more here in the third period. Although I will say it feels like Toronto ended up getting a couple shorthanded opportunities in that. So maybe if either team gets a power play, you kind of want to decline it, because it seems like the shorthanded teams are the ones that are generating more chances than the teams that are on the man advantage.
Yeah. What do you thought of Nick Lardis so far? He's got 1 shot on goal through 2 periods.
I haven't noticed him as much than I saw in the first game on Saturday, but I think that the Blackhawks are really throwing out the Jason Dickinson line there as much as they can, because that's when Austin Matthews' line is out there. And so the Jason Dickinson line, he has 13-26 of ice time, and feels like every other shift we're seeing him out there. And so I haven't noticed Lardis as much, but I think it's more just because of how the way the game is going.
Yeah, I was going to say that line's been out there a bunch. Mikheyev over 13 minutes as well. All right, the Hawks got to kill off a penalty here. Charlie, we'll talk after the game. Good luck. Have a good call in the third.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks, Jack.
All right, that's Charlie Meliodas. We'll get you set up for the third period. Blackhawks leading the Maple Leafs 2-0. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com and score your easy offer today.
The Blackhawks defend their home ice, but who defends yours? Since 1936, Culligan has been your trusted water expert, providing cleaner, safer, better-tasting water to Chicagoans like you. As the official water provider of the Blackhawks, certified Culligan filtration gives you the best water wherever you are, at home, at work, or roaring during the national anthem in the United Center. Enjoy water you trust from a partner you trust. Culligan, water you love.
Imagine not being able to pay the rent, put Christmas dinner on the table, or a gift under the tree. For many Chicagoans, that struggle is real. Thankfully, the Salvation Army is here to ensure that no one is left behind this holiday season. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing greater demand from people in search of emergency support. Please join WGN Radio and the Salvation Army tomorrow when donations made from midnight to midnight earn fun WGN Radio prizes. For donations from $100 to $249, get a cool deck of WGN Radio playing cards. For a donation of $250 to $499, get a WGN Radio scarf. For donations from $500 to $999, get a WGN baseball cap. And for donations over $1,000, get the WGN Radio raincoat. For details, see the kettle on the homepage at WGNradio.com. Thank you, and happy holidays.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Jack Heinrich with your recap.
No scoring in that second period. In the first period, the Blackhawks got goals from Wyatt Kaiser and Jason Dickinson. Dickinson's was a shorthanded goal. They lead 2-0. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. What's on Deck? Blackhawks have 44 minutes of a penalty to kill off, and hopefully they can hang on and get a win in Toronto. As we send it back out to Toronto, John Weideman and Charlie Meliodas for the call of the third period.
All right, Jack, thank you very much. 44 seconds indeed, Charlie. And I would think that now is a crucial time for the Blackhawk players to kind of huddle at their bench and strategize how they're going to kill this 44 side. I mean, last 3 games they haven't allowed, touch wood, they haven't allowed a power play goal. And I think they've allowed 4 over their last 10 games unofficially. So to me, it's just simplicity, Charlie. Get the puck, clear it out. Don't mess around with it. Don't try and make pretty plays. Just get it, clear it, and block shots every chance you get.
Yeah, no question. Especially with fresh ice here, you don't want to give any sort of momentum to Austin Matthews and William Nylander and their top guys to set something up offensively. And so see if the Hawks can kill off this 44 seconds of power play time for Toronto.
Well, the Leafs get the draw to open up play here in period number 3. Morgan Riley, Leaf line to Austin Matthews over the Hawk line. To Tavares down the right wing side. The Nylander back in the net, turned it over. Kaiser's got the puck. Squeezes it out to Murphy, and he'll fire it up the right side boards and down. That's a huge clearing attempt for the Hawks. 20 seconds left now on the Leaf power play. Morgan Riley back in the Leaf zone, dropping it to Matthews between the circles. Skating the puck to center ice. Put it in over the Hawk line now to Nylander. Nylander down behind the net. Oh, he put it in front. Look out. It rolls free. Dickinson wins a battle for the puck as he lifts Nyes' stick off the ice. Mikheyev clears it to the line. No further. Leafs get it back. Nylander from the right boards. Put the puck down beside the net to Matthews, who tried to get sneaky and put the puck through his feet and get a shot away. That's turned out of there, and the Hawks have come back to full strength. Vlasic to center ice up the right wing. Snaps it down the boards in behind the Leaf net. Puck rolls up the far side. Nazar's got it in the left wing corner now. He turns to make a back pass, picked off by Nick Lasois of the Leafs. Heads to Dakota Joshua, and he'll stick it off the far boards and down behind the Hawk net. Spencer Knight played the puck into the far corner. Taken there by Joshua. Grzelcyk pins him to the boards. And Joshua fights free. Leaves it for Waugh against the half boards. To Joshua in the corner. Put it behind the net intended for McMahon. That's taken away by Crevier. To Burakovsky to Nazar over the line. He'll fire from the left circle, and Wall is down with a glove save and holds on. The Hawks have come to full strength, and that's sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine.
Good kill by the Blackhawks, and then an opportunity there for Frank Nazar being fed a pass by Andre Burakovsky. I feel like Nazar has been noticeable in this game. He's had several shifts where he's been making things happen. Joseph Wold wasn't sure if he really corralled that. Waited for the whistle to then search for the puck, but a nice early opportunity in the first here for Nazar.
Here's Del Mastro to a loose puck in the Hawk zone. Carries behind the net, passing up the right side to Murphy. He'll lift it to the Leaf blue line. Benoit snaps the puck to the Hawk blue line. Ryan Green back to get it. Ahead up the, put it over the far side to Del Mastro, who shot it ahead up the left wing to Moore. And he deflects that puck over the glass and out of play. We get a whistle stopping play. And now they'll face it off over the center ice faceoff dot. We're down to 18:06 left in the third. And 2-0 Hawks.
I was mentioning in the intermission, Jason Dickinson had north of 13 minutes of ice time through 2 periods of play. Would not be surprised if he finishes north of 20 minutes because I imagine we're going to see a lot of Austin Matthews' line in the 3rd period for Toronto as they're trying to chase 2 goals.
Now from the corner, Lawton tried to spin and fire the puck off of Knight and hope for a favorable carom into the Hawk net. Instead, it rolled up the slot, and the puck cleared down ice by Teravainen. Leafs get it back. Morgan Riley with a pass across the rink for Lorentz. He deflects it into the right wing corner in the Hawk end. Del Mastro kicks it free to Lorentz, who then turned it back over to Del Mastro. Now Del Mastro behind the Hawk net. Tried to clear the puck around. That hit one of the game referees. Here's Mikheyev reaching and poking the puck to center ice in front of the benches. Taken back by Lorentz of the Leafs. Shot it across to the near side for Benoit. He'll take the puck and skate down between the circles in the Leaf end and stop, and then start back up. Then a pass ahead into the Hawk zone. Deflects onto the stick of Nazar. Drops it for Kaiser inside the line. To Bertuzzi, left wing, center ice, front of the benches. He'll backhand the puck down behind the Leaf net. Joseph Wall stopping it out there for Simon Benoit. Hawks drop back into a bit of a trap here. Now pass ahead to the Hawk line, picked off by Kaiser. From his knees, he's able to push it ahead to Nazar over the Leaf line. To Dock left circle, shoots! Kicked out of there by Wall. Follow-up shot by Bertuzzi was stopped as well. Here's Henry Thrun to center ice, right wing side. Sends the puck down to the right wing corner, Hawk zone. Wyatt Kaiser beat everybody to it. Sent the puck behind the net, Grizzlick. Passing it ahead, Nazar, center ice on the right wing. He'll lift it down to the left wing corner, Leaf end, where Colton Dock finished his check on Stetcher of the Leafs. Then Stetcher shot it up the right side, down into the Hawk end. Vlasic there to get it. Crevier, center ice on the right wing. Fires a long one in on Wall, who turned it away to McCabe. To Stetcher now to center ice to Matthews, Hawk blue line. He slaps the puck down in on Spencer Knight, who waves the puck to the left wing glass. And then Nylander centered the puck for Knies, but he was quickly tied up by 3 Hawks, and the puck spun away by Teravainen into the Leaf blue line. Here's Mikheyev chopping the puck into the Leaf zone. The Leafs get it back. Jake McCabe along the left wing boards. Former Hawk sends it back across to Stetcher. To Joshua, center ice on the right wing, back to McCabe. And a pass ahead now for William Nylander at the Hawk line on the left wing. He's checked off the puck by Crevier. Puck caroms into the Hawk zone. Del Mastro skating up the left wing, fell down, lost the puck. Joshua fires from the right circle, and that's stuck up into the protective netting there by Spencer Knight. So Ethan Del Mastro was near the end of his shift. I don't know that he could have gotten off the ice and seemed to have lost an edge there and the puck at an inopportune time, and his goaltender, Spencer Knight, bailed him out. I think that's worth a steak dinner, Char.
Well, the Blackhawks owe Spencer Knight a lot of steak dinners for the way that he's been playing this season. But yeah, Del Mastro went to clear. Del Mastro went to clear the puck, and then he lost an edge, and so he tried to. It was a desperation attempt to try to get the puck back, but his goaltender bailed him out.
The way he's playing, Charlie, he's going to be eating a lot of steak. Have a T-bone one night, maybe a filet, and I don't know. What's your favorite kind of steak?
A lot of protein.
Oh, yeah.
I like a good ribeye.
Ribeye with you there. Inside the Hawk zone, Ekman Larson for the right point, long shot. It hit traffic in front, ricocheted away to Donato. Clears it over the blue line to center ice. Riley swats the puck back into the Hawk zone. And now Connor Murphy will fire it ahead. This is off of Tononato's stick at the Leaf blue line and down into the Leaf end.
You know, we've had a lot of food references in this game with the ice cream, the pizza, the steaks. Getting really hungry up here.
Don't forget on the charter, the chicken Caesar salad, some of the best in the league. One of my personal favorites.
I won't be there on Montreal, so I'll be flying.
There's now Bertuzzi accepting a pass in the right circle Leaf zone. Puck rolled off his stick. Burakovsky took it back, fed the left point. Kaiser with a toe drag and a shot. Hit Nazar in front. Kicks it to a stick. Can't get a shot away. He's knocked down. Loose puck shot in now from the top of the left circle by Kaiser. That was stopped in front of the net. And now Burakovsky trying to chase the puck down in the Hawk zone. Lorentz took it. Center the puck picked off by Bertuzzi, and he'll clear to center ice. McCabe took the puck back. Shot it down the left boards in behind the Hawk net. Knight out to stop it there for Matt Grizzlick. Big pass up the left wing, Ryan Green. He sent it across the rink. On the right wing side, this is Kaiser. Head to center ice. Burakovsky's got the puck, lost it back into the Hawk zone, but Grizzlick bails him out and waves it ahead. Here's Green racing to try and get to a loose puck between the circles. Leaf zone. The goaltender Wall beat him to it. Passing it ahead to Cowan into the Hawk zone, left wing side. put the puck down to the corner to Robertson. He's checked there by Murphy. And Callan in to help out. He and Lardis now battle. They played against each other in the Ontario Hockey League the last couple of years. Lardis in Brantford and Callan in London. Callan put the puck out to the left circle. John Tavares. He'll fire from the high slot. Murphy went down on one knee in front of the net to block it. Loose puck to the near boards. Henry Thrun tried to center. And Murphy with a sweeping block right there. Looked like he was sliding into home plate. Robertson, left wing corner, Hawks zone. Carrying up the boards toward the point. Trying to shake the check of Lardis. Robertson leaves it at the line. Benoit fires. And that goes wide. Hit Del Mastro on the way in. And now Callan fires from the bottom of the left wing circle, and that is pinned to the side of the net by Spencer Knight. That almost leaked in, but Knight slammed the door. We're down to 13:06 left in the third here in Toronto. It's the Hawks 2 and the Leafs no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand. Tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
This is Chris Chelios, and you're listening to Blackhawks Hockey. Now back to the game.
Hey, Blackhawks fans, family packs are back rolling into 2026, presented by Marathon. Make sure to kick off the new year with the entire family at the United Center when the Dallas Stars come to town on January 1st. Each ticket includes a hot dog, popcorn bucket, and soft drink. Make sure you grab yours today by visiting blackhawks.com/offers. My goodness, Sean, now we're talking about hot dogs and popcorn buckets.
Yes, sir. You want to talk about food? You're welcomed here. Here's Dickinson racing down the right wing Leaf zone. Snaps off a shot and a blocker save made by Wall. Dickinson now in the left wing corner, battling against Morgan Riley. He leaves the puck there, does Dickinson, to Mikheyev. He snaps it behind the Leaf net. And it's gathered in by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He'll carry to center ice. Ekman-Larsson to Matthews over the Hawk line. Down the right wing side. Reaching around him was Vlasic to poke check the puck off of his stick. And now Dickinson tripped along the far boards. No penalty called. Vlasic swings the puck over to Crevier, who skates up the right wing a few strides and snaps the puck off the glass into the Toronto zone. Not far enough for icing, but far enough for the Hawks to get a line change.
Great stick by Alex Vlasic on Austin Matthews. And I remember a couple years ago, Alex Vlasic, I think it was the third game of the season, he was unbelievable for the Blackhawks in the game. And afterwards, he said that felt like his coming out party. And since then, we've seen a different version of Alex Vlasic than we saw in the past.
Odd man rush for the Hawks. Toninato is over the Leaf line, drops it along the left wing boards. Robertson doubling back to the Leafs, lifts the puck to center ice. Kaiser swats it away in front of the benches. Ryan Donato took it there for the Hawks and swings it back into the Hawk zone. Kaiser claims the puck, skates to center ice at the end of his shift, and he'll flip it off the boards in behind the Leaf net. Wall put the puck to the far corner to McCabe. Then up the right wing side, Tavares. Now across the rink, McCann over the Hawk line. He'll fire from the left circle. That goes wide. Around the Joshua right point. Put it down to the corner. Del Mastro clears it off the skate of McCabe and out the center ice. Hawks catch a break there. They'll now get another line change. Now Del Mastro to a loose puck, Hawk blue line. Trying to scoop it ahead at center ice and did to Nazar. Got it ahead. Burakovsky over the line, right circle. He tried to flip it over to Bertuzzi in the left circle, but one of the Leaf players, Ekman Larsson, got a skate on that pass. Burakovsky got the puck back in the right wing corner with some room. Sent it down toward the net, deflected on goal, and Wall is down in the goal crease on his knees to turn it wide. Here's Benoit near corner. Had the puck stripped away. Burakovsky along the right boards. Tried to send to the puck, picked off by Benoit, who skates behind his net, put it up the right wing to Joshua. Leaf line to Waugh. He's over the Hawk line. Down the right wing side. Leaving it in the right circle. Ekman Larsson to Waugh in the slot. Nazar reaching in with a timely poke check, knocking it out to the line. Held in by Ekman Larsson left point. Flips it in front of the Hawk net. Nice play by Kaiser to get in front of that pass. And then pick up the puck, carry to center ice, move it across the rink. Bertuzzi will fire it down in behind the Leaf net. The Hawks will get a line change.
Boy, that 2-on-1 opportunity for the Blackhawks with Burakovsky and Bertuzzi. Burakovsky was looking at Bertuzzi the entire way, and I thought he was trying to sell the shot eventually, but he ends up passing it anyway, and unfortunately gets blocked, and the Hawks don't even get a scoring chance from it.
Well, Leafs come up ice into the Hawks zone to a chorus of boos as the puck is dumped in from center ice. That by Max Domi, and it ended up in the glove of Spencer Knight after a little bit of a sequence of play, almost a turnover in the Hawk end. And now Knight plopping on the puck, forcing a face-off in the circle to his left. The locals here, none too happy with this performance by the Leafs tonight, especially on a night that they honor the great Joe Bowen, their fine broadcaster for decades here.
Yeah, they haven't been able to say holy Mackinac yet with finding the back of the net. The Maple Leafs fans getting a little restless with 10 minutes left in the third.
Here's Ekman Larsson firing. He scores. Well, off the draw, clean face-off win for the Leafs. Ekman Larsson took a couple of strides from the right point toward the high slot area and let a wrist shot go, and this deflects past Spencer Knight. I believe it hit one of the Hawks on the way through. And the Leafs are on the board, trailing 2-1 with a lot of hockey left to be played.
Yeah, there was chaos in front of the net. I couldn't tell if or who it deflected off of. But it was a face-off win. I thought the Blackhawks ended up winning this face-off, but the Maple Leafs ended up jumping on the loose 50-50 puck. Getting a replay here, and it goes off of Louis Crevier and into the net. So it is going to be Oliver Ekman Larsson's goal. And the Maple Leafs have cut their deficit to 2-1 with 10 minutes left in the third.
Well, the game plan for the Hawks needs to stay the same. Crevier let one rip from the right point. That's into the glove of Joseph Wall. He'll hold on in the Leaf crease. All right, we're 2-1 in favor of the Hawks now with 9:50 left in period number 3. Back to Toronto after this on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
When I got sick, I spent years looking for answers. But it only took one conversation with my team at Northwestern Medicine to correct my misdiagnosis. I am Daniel, and I have Parkinson's disease. No other hospital has spoken to me in Spanish before. So, when my new care team did, they didn't just change the conversation, they changed my life.
The Northwestern Medicine Parkinson's Disease and Movement Disorders Center offers specialized, culturally sensitive care. Their Spanish-speaking team was the first to provide Daniel and other Spanish speakers like him with answers and innovative treatment in the language he preferred.
When Parkinson's changed my life, so did my Spanish-speaking care team.
At Northwestern Medicine, personalized care means recognizing cultural differences, because what makes us better makes you better. Learn more at nm.org/Parkinson.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Thanks, Shelley, Charlie Meliotis, and John Weideman here at Scotiabank Arena. The Hawks up 2-1 on the Maple Leafs with 9:50 to play in the third. Face-off coming to the left of Joseph Woll, and it's the Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric face-off for all the right reasons. Call 866-4-SEASONS.
Leafs get control off the draw. The puck shot out the center ice by McCabe, but taken back by Crevier into the Leaf zone. He lost it down the boards. Here's Nylander back the other way over the Hawk line, stopping at the left point. Floats a pass across the rink, picked up by Nazar. Breaking back through center to Burakovsky. To Nazar over the Leaf line. He lost the puck in his skates. Here's Matthews the other way over the Hawk line. Down the left wing. Had it poke checked away by Grzelcyk. Loose puck to the near boards. Nyes on the left wing corner. To Matthews back of the Hawk net. Here's Matthews carrying toward the right corner. Spins it out to the right point. Long shot by Stetcher goes wide. Knight has lost his goal stick. Bertuzzi trying to push it down to the crease. Here's Nylander firing from the top of the left circle. That goes wide. Vlasic grabs the loose puck. Skates it ahead to center ice. Steps over the center ice red stripe. And then dumps the puck down the boards in behind the Leaf net while stopping it back there. The Hawks make a line change.
Hawks dodged a bullet there. Spencer Knight's goal stick just flew in the air and ended up going pretty far in front of him. But Bertuzzi, and with the help of some of his other teammates, he ended up getting it back pretty quickly.
Now to Doc with a nice play on Robertson, skewering the puck away into the Leaf zone. Here's Colton Doc, dropping it into the right wing corner to Dominic Toninato. He'll wave it behind the net to Doc. Doc carrying to the near corner, sheds a check, sets up Murphy to Doc, now to the deep slot Kaiser. Kaiser took a couple strides to his left and fires toward the net, blockered away by Wall. Toninato with some work took it away along the far boards, tried to center the puck. Robertson intercepts for the Leafs. Robertson to center ice, lifts it through the air to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Henry Thrun and the Hawks Dominic Toninato arrive at the same time. Murphy got to the puck, put it in behind the net. Around to Kaiser, who swept the puck up the left wing boards for Doc. He tried to slap it out of the zone. It's held in, however, by the Leafs. Now Murphy recovers behind the net. He'll pass up the right wing to Donato at center ice. He'll just dump it down the boards and in behind the Leaf net, get off on another quick change. Down to 7:40 left in the third here in Toronto, 2-1 Leafs. Morgan Riley from behind his net. To Bobby McMahon at center ice on the left wing. Sent it across the rink for Ekman Larsson. And stepping up was Nick Lardis at the blue line to poke check that away. Grzelcyk behind the Hawk net, swept it around. Round it goes to Lardis along the left wing boards. Pokes it to center ice. Oliver Moore's got it over the Leaf line. Down the left wing to the corner. Holding Moore. Put it back to the left point. Del Mastro. He swings it off the glass and down behind the Leaf net. Ryan Green's got it there. Back to Del Mastro, left point. To the right point. Grzelcyk, a one-time shot. Missed the net. This puck around to Del Mastro along the left boards. He swats it back behind the Leaf net to the right wing corner. Grzelcyk of the Hawks is all over Dakota Joshua. Puck comes free. Moore had it for a moment, lost it. Now puck taken away by Green in the right circle. He'll turn and fire, and that goes wide. Del Mastro from the left boards fired. And that hit Moore, who was crowding the crease. This puck spun away to the near side. Joshua's got it for the Leafs. Moves up the left wing to center ice and dumps the puck into the right wing corner. Hawk in. Del Mastro's got it. He'll take the puck, pull in, and stop behind the Hawk net and hold as the Hawks regroup for their breakout.
Great shift there by Moore, Green, and Lardis. They spent that entire shift in the offensive zone.
Now McCabe down the left wing into the Leaf zone will rip one in on goal, and Wall makes the save with the glove and holds on. They get a whistle and a face-off in the circle to his right. They're down to 6:24 left in the third. Hawks still lead the game, but only by a 2-1 count.
Hawks have done a good job at pushing back from Toronto's momentum that they created after scoring that goal. It's easy to try to protect the lead when you go up by 2 and you're trying to defend a 2-0 lead on the road in the final 20 minutes. But I think the Hawks have done a great job with the last couple minutes here of keeping their foot on the gas pedal and trying to get the third one rather than defending the second one.
Here's Domi along the left boards, Leaf zone, a rink wide pass Benoit over the Hawk line down the right wing side. He was chased to the inboards there by Vlasic, who knocked the puck free, but the Leafs get it back. A shot from the right point. That's by McCabe. Skips in on Knight. He turned it wide with a pass. Steven Lorentz in the near corner. Wedged off the puck by Crevier, who then sticks it away now to Nazar, who pokes the puck over the blue line to center ice, forcing the Leafs to regroup. At the Leaf line, Jake McCabe. Passing on the left wing, Domi, Hawk blue line. Lifts it down to the inboards, Hawk zone. Vlasic steers it around up the left wing side. And Andre Burakovsky will just tap the puck down into the Leaf end. Morgan Riley with a pass up the left wing. Misses his target. This goes down in behind the Hawk net, and Vlasic will leave it there for Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser holding the puck behind the Hawk net as the Hawks complete a line change.
Kaiser is the leading minutes eater for the Blackhawks in this game. He's at almost 21 minutes of ice time with 5.5 left in this third period.
Now he'll carry one out. Move it out to center ice off of Teravainen's stick. Leafs get it back. Matthew Nyes clears off the left wing boards down behind the Hawk net. Grzelcyk put it to the near corner to Kaiser. Passing up the right side to Teravainen. Shoves it ahead at center ice. Mikheyev fights off a check. Takes the puck into the Leafs zone. Mikheyev along the right side boards. Brought to the NHL by the Leafs. He spins the puck down behind the Leaf net. Nazar's got it there. Leaving the puck behind the net for Teravainen. Banks it to the left point. Burakovsky's got it there. Turning away from pressure. Put it down to Nazar along the left wing half board. He tries to escape a check from Morgan Riley. He's tackled down to the ice, and no penalty is called. And the Leafs get the puck back. Here's a bank pass from the near side by Ekman Larsson. Up the right wing sideboards. It was intended for the youngster, Easton Cowan, but it missed him, and the Hawks get the puck back in their end. Gravier to Vlasic along the left boards. To Nazar over the center ice circle. He snaps it off the left side boards, down behind the Leaf net, rolls up the near side. Robertson's got it. Robertson, Leaf line, left wing, will hand it ahead to Stetcher. Through center ice over the Hawk line, right wing side. He sends a shot toward the net that tumbles wide, and Bertuzzi takes the Karen. Clears it up the right boards down to the Leaf blue line. McCabe there to get it. 4 minutes left in regulation. It's 2-1 in favor of the Hawks. Here's a pass by McCabe. Actually now down into the Hawk zone. Looked like Kaiser had beaten the youngster to the dots. And now a shot came in from the left circle. Look out. That topples over the top of the Hawk net. Leafs get it back. Robertson in the right circle. Lost the puck in Murphy's skates. And now a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks. Holding the stick, giving the Leafs the power play with 3:39 left in the third period. The Hawks 2 and the Leafs 1. We'll see if the Hawks can hold on to this lead right after this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Comparing health insurance plans is never easy. That's why I work for Get Covered Illinois.
We are the state's official health insurance marketplace.
We have a website to compare multiple plans and prices in one place, and people who can help you for free. Community-based navigators and brokers, certified by the state.
And we have live customer service.
At getcoveredillinois.gov, we're here to help.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, and I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A Four Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
It's Nick Foligno. Catch every single Blackhawks game on 720 WGN Radio.
You get well too, Nick Foligno. He should be returning to the Blackhawks lineup soon enough. Big kill coming up here for Chicago with 3:39 left in regulation. Hawks up 2-1. I thought Toronto might pull their goaltender to give themselves a 6-on-4, but Joseph Bull was staying into the net. But I wonder, John, if maybe for the back half of the power play, if Toronto doesn't get much going on, if they decide to yank him.
Well, if they get puck possession as they just did, maybe. Here's Morgan Riley from the high slot, firing, stopped in front, rebound, cleared out of there with a nice play by the Hawks' Teuvo Teravainen. Now Ryan Green escapes with a puck to Teravainen over the center ice circle over the Leaf line. Now to Green, he'll fire from the top of the left circle, head it Riley in the foot. Leafs race back up ice, led by Matthews into the Hawks zone to Matthew Nyes, left circle, he shoots, and down is Spencer Knight with a butterfly save. He'll hold the puck, whistle stops play, face-off circle to his right. And now 1:36 left on the Leafs power play. Boy, for about a second there, Knight did not know where that puck was. Fortunately, Teuvo Teravainen was positioned behind him in the crease to keep that puck out of the net. Dickinson wins the draw. Murphy put it behind the net. Kaiser there. Leaving it for McKayev, who turned it over. Look out! Matthews shoots and scores. Kaiser was checked behind the Hawk net. He tried to hand the puck off to Ilya Mikheyev for a quick clearing attempt. And Mikheyev turned the puck over to Austin Matthews a few feet out in front of the net. And was actually chipped off of Mikheyev's stick there from behind by Nylander, who was in the process of checking Kaiser. Nylander looked behind himself, put his stick on that puck. While it was on Mikheyev's stick, it rolled free to Matthews, and he did the rest. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, terrific defensive play by William Nylander, who just kind of backhand no-looked it to try to disrupt Ilya Mikheyev leaving the zone or leaving to go exit the zone from the bottom of the goalie circle, and it falls right. Oh, no.
Oh, we just got another goal. This one's going to go to Dakota Joshua. Into the Hawk zone down the left wing side. He was able to squeeze one past Spencer Knight. 2 goals in the span of 8 seconds. Stetcher dumped the puck into the Hawk zone. Knight made the stop but left the rebound in front. Joshua moving down the left wing, got to it and put it behind him. The Hawks now trail 3-2 with 3:01 on the clock.
Yeah, it looked like Spencer Knight was trying to guide this puck to Louis Crevier, but I don't think he realized Dakota Joshua was closing in quickly on Crevier, and Spencer Knight kind of looks up to the heavens like, you got to be kidding me. 2 goals in 8 seconds. Now the Blackhawks find themselves in a position where they're going to have to pull Spencer Knight in the next minute or two to try to get the equalizer. What a turn of events.
Yeah. Well, face-offs again factor into the Blackhawks' fate here tonight. The Leafs have been a better team on draws. The clean face-off win on that power play sequence gave the Leafs possession. So now the Hawks are going to need to find a way to tie this game at minimum and work for that extra point if possible. Meanwhile, Bobby McMahon with the puck deep in the Hawk zone behind the net. He and Grizzly battle. McMahon put the puck to the left point to McKay. He'll snap it down the dasher behind the Hawk net into the far corner. Nicholas Waugh had the puck, lost it to Wyatt Kaiser. He'll carry behind the Hawk net. Move it up the right wing side, Burakovsky. Rink wide past Nazar. Over the Leaf line, left wing. Cuts back through the high slot and let a shot go that missed. Moves puck to the near boards, taken by McCabe. He passes up the left wing for McMahon at center ice. That's batted away to Nazar over the center ice circle. Waves the puck into the Leaf zone. It was intended for Burakovsky, but taken away by McCabe. Head to McMahon. He'll drop it back into the Leaf zone to Stetcher. Hawks are making a line change as the Leafs get control of the puck. 1:58 to go on the clock. McKay with a pass up the right wing side for Nylander. Deflects down in on Spencer Knight. He put it behind the net to Vlasic. He moves it around at the right wing side. At the Leaf line, Donato reached for the puck, but Riley beat him to it and flips it back down into the Hawk end. No icing is called. Grizzlick with the puck behind the net. Now 1:35 on the clock. Keep an eye on Spencer Knight. Knight to Nick Lardis. He'll move up the right wing to center ice. Tried to flip the puck into the Leaf zone. Picked off in midair by Matthews in front of the penalty boxes. And he lifts the puck back into the Hawk end. Hawks are running out of time here. Knight poised at the top of his crease to head to the bench. Grizzlick back at the Hawk blue line is diverted back deeper into the Hawk end, and he'll now carry out to the Hawk blue line again. Drop it there to Nazar. To Burakovsky, center ice on the right wing. He's trying to escape the checking of the Leafs. Gives the puck over to Nazar, center ice on the right wing. He shot it off of Lardis, and Knight is now on the Hawks bench. Hawks playing with an empty net. Here's Tavares shooting from the Hawk line. Left wing side goes wide. Grizzlick pokes it up the left wing side. It was intended for Burakovsky. It comes free in front of the net. Nazar's got it. We're under a minute to play in regulation. Nazar trips on the puck over the center ice circle. Tavares waiting for it. Slots it back into the Hawks zone. The Hawks get it back. Here's Nazar taking a pass from Teravainen. Slaps it off the left side boards deep into the Leafs zone. And now here's a pass in front of the net for Nazar. Into skates, pulled out of there by the Leafs. Lawton, head to Tavares. Had it poke checked away over the center ice circle. Teravainen's got it with 20. To Nazar, over the Leaf line, right point. Send it across, left circle to Bertuzzi. Back pass, high slot Burakovsky to Teravainen, high slot. To Kaiser, to Teravainen, right circle. One too many passes, goes through to the far side. Kaiser's got the puck on the left wing corner with 6. Out to the line, left point, Burakovsky. To Lardis, right circle, he loads a one-timer, breaks the stick in the process. The puck goes wide in the net, and the horn sounds, ending the hockey game. Three goals in just over 10 minutes by the Maple Leafs here in the third period saw to the Hawks' demise. They go down to defeat for the third time in a row to the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. The season series ends up with both teams winning a game, but the Hawks, Charlie, they deserve better on this night.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaking finish. Going into the third period with a 2-0 lead. Toronto gets one with 10:01 left in the third period. Then they scored 2 goals in an 8-second stretch in the final 3.5 minutes of that third period. And the Blackhawks went from trying to protect a 2-goal lead to trying to figure out how they were going to get the next one after falling behind 3-2 in the final minutes. And that's a heartbreaker not to leave this game with at least a point, given how that went. The first 2 periods went for Chicago.
Final shots favor the Leafs 27-25.